want me talk hard on tracks, but I couldn't do trees. I couldn't. Bro said he finna hop on the beat when he beat that. No. Had to think bigger, strategize the bag, execute the plan. I had to stay locked in with my passions, that's why I keep my hair blood red. You hear her crying on the beat, listen to me truly, don't get misled. If you truly ain't wanna crash out, why you get involved in that? Rather stay on my ones, put pain in, that's why I got I know that I'm a foreign star. If you might type, I'll make you mine. And if they ain't showing no love, I don't let it get to my mind. And I be getting to it with my craft divine, I claim what's mine. And I can play all of those games, had to protect my time. I know that I'm a foreign star. 15 tags, and yes, a rough number, so don't focus up on that. Focus up on that. Well, I got like 15. Kept it going for myself, I see my page, please don't double back. It took a few years to let go the pain, a nigga damn near had a heart attack. I know, listening to these lyrics, I feel like we got stabbed too. Truly, 33, let me take you for a walk in my shoes. I know she up all on me, but I told cousin that it's not boo. And you kinda cute, but she move balls, I'm not a fan, that's cool. I get fans saying that dropping while you pull up to that spot. I might be out the way in Monaco or courts at Battle Raptors, it's a that. Finding new ways to live life every day, their hair's going gray. Do what I can, help the collective, cross my legs and sit and pray. And it's a different type of prayer, don't get it twisted. And I'm sipping matcha tea while I listen to piano keys, nigga. And I see how you move, but that's not how we get jiggy with it. NCW, 33, had to learn to stack different. Fuck YouTube, I was muted. And then most people don't even have a system of what's it called? A system of construct to reinforce the good energy. So for example, the ones who spend a lot of time in bullshit, they didn't spend the time to reinforce the good energy. So even if they're spending all the time in bullshit, it's hard for them to get out of it. So for you as a Scorpio, and you're going to deal with both because you're a Scorpio, Mars and Pluto, so you can choose higher octave or lower octave. Don't be a demon and choose your lower octave and things like that, to where you can bite yourself in the butt, the stinger. You know what I'm trying to say, with the Scorpion and things like that. I have the hardest time with my Leo Sun and Mercury and Mars, all being in the 12th house. Kat, I love that question. After this numerology breakdown that we're doing for someone in the chat, I'll be happy to get into that a little bit for you. If anyone would like to book a personal reading, the live deal is 50 and above. So just DM me reading, and we will move forward with that. If it is off the live, I'm sorry, it's not gonna be 50 and above. It's probably gonna be over that. But that's the live deal. But if you DM me reading while you're here, it'll be included in the live deal, and I'll DM you, and you'll get all the details. Leah, done by Red, said, I'm a Leo, and right now I don't care about nobody. Feeling I'm just doing me. That's where Leo women at. I think that's where a lot of the Leo collective is at. I'm seeing it play out differently with a lot of different Leos. I have a lot of Leos connected with me because obviously this page and all that stuff. So it just is what it is. But of course, when it comes into isolation, right, it depends. I think when it comes to the males, I haven't seen them super isolated, but they have been a lot more cautious. And I have noticed a segment of male and females deciding to be more isolated, stepping into their isolation. You know what? I can see where certain things are draining me, but you see, for Leo, it's hard to separate. Because a lot of times, the things you give life to, you remember, you're ruled by the sun, right? You're the sun, so the things you give life to, you have to kill. What you don't like. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, and then IG, allegedly. But I'm talking about esoterically speaking. Whatever you give life to, you have to end it as well. So if you gave life to something that ended up exhausting you, the Leo has to be the one that has to say, bro, I can't do this anymore. Because y'all will keep feeding it, and that they thrive off of your energy. That's like, y'all have to look at nature with the sun. That's how insects that are parasites and things can survive as well. Right? But I am noticing the collective pullback from a lot of energy because, Leo has a lot to give. Leo has a lot to give, fixated, so oftentimes it'll stay giving until it can't give no more. Scorpio has a lot to endure, so oftentimes Scorpio will endure until they can't endure no more, and oftentimes that's what makes them talk that they endured too much. But then Leo, it's like they gave too much and now they don't want to give nothing. Now their dark side is here, and it's like, fuck you. So it depends. Aquarius, it was based upon information and mindset, and because someone didn't have the right mindset as the Aquarius, now they're cut off. Every fixated sign does it in their own way, for sure. And no relationship, that's good. I think, and that, every time you notice that, that's a spiritual transition for you. That's just something that you need to cleanse. So it's a little bit of withdrawal is important. You have to step back and shift spaces, spiritually speaking. And you shifting spaces physically is your spirit going into a new frequency and vibration, esoterically. So when you start to see things physically changing within your reality, it's because your spirit's already made the change. Like spiritually, you've already shifted, and you're as within, so without, as so below. Your mind is already in a different space with your spirit, and remember that your mind is your first body. So when you start seeing your minds and your thoughts, your thought forms change, that is a signal that you spiritually shifted into a different space. You no longer resonate in where you were. You no longer vibrate on this level. Doesn't mean you're vibrating higher, faster, or whatever, or slower, but it's not going to be in the same space. And each space is a different bubble. And each bubble is going to have its own thoughts, feelings, and people that you attract, etc. But and then pure, regarding, like I said, regarding your numerology, you have the sun sign 8, and then you have your life path number 8 too. So like your sun sign, you show up a lot to provide conviction to people. So you're the one pure, if you're still in here, I'm pretty sure you are. A lot of times when you show up towards other people, you can be the one to get them starting something and to be solid. Be like, start this, do this for this time, and lock in. You're oftentimes the example for other people to maintain something for a period of time to even see a result. Obviously, if you don't do something for a certain period of time, you're not going to see a result anyway. Right? Okay, August 16th, nice. I like that. I like them dates. Like 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. It was good energy. Dates. I don't want to be too biased. I'm not biased. I'm just saying, chat. It's how you guys play it out, not me. I'm just y'all play out the energy. But remember, that's how astrology be working. Y'all, some people be mad about certain things, but look at how they respond. That's the energy playing out, and they the example of it. So you definitely look at that sometimes. Some odd reason I can't seem to turn my back on people, especially nowadays. Yeah, cat, like, because we're like, if we were to really speak on things, like we're in the end times and things like that, spiritually speaking, massive shift. So a lot of those people who are pure-hearted, who are actually chosen, and I mean, like, you chose, just you're here for, like, you know what you're doing, you impact, you understand your energy, like your heart hasn't been ridded, then you're gonna have empathy for the collective right now. So you're not gonna want to turn your back because you're the last of a dying breed within forms of consciousness to even wake people up. It's a part of the masses, like last generation to do it. Without people like me at my age right now to do things like this, the next generation is not gonna do it. So it's either us to teach them to do that to keep that going. That's it, 100%. And this has been studied. This is something that you can research, guys. Like based upon what people are engaging with and their mindset, what they're used to, where they get their stimulation from, etc. The kids are cooked. So all those who have children out there, be mindful of like kids are consuming and stuff like that. It's very that stuff's powerful, and it does shape the mind. And the more things can shape the mind, the more time you'll have to spend shaping it yourself and getting out of that. Remember, a lot of the thoughts and feelings that you guys notice and things like that may not be your own. You have to really focus. You have to really separate yourself from the external world to understand what thoughts are yours and what thoughts are not. Because a lot of people's brains are filled with didn't come from them. And that's critical. Anyways, let me scroll down, chat. So I wanted to touch on that because your heart is still activated, and that's what giving you the ability to perceive spirits around that may need help. And I know because I'm the same way and things like that. Because it's an investment. Oh no. I stopped this year saying hell no. Yeah, you gotta learn to say no. Right. Guys, remember this. Like, reason why good things happen to bad people or why bad things happen to good people. It all comes down to your spiritual self-concept. What do I mean? Your ability to understand who you are and how you show up for yourself. A lot of times, good people have a bad self-concept. That's why bad and negative things can happen to them. Because they don't understand to preserve themselves in a level of, oh, this isn't good for me, I should withdraw from that. That's where a lot of the elites, that's what a lot of these people understand. A lot of people that are in solid positions that I talk to within business, that's what these guys understand. They understand their energy, they understand their value, they understand the value they bring to the world, who they bring to people, and things like that. So when people are wasting that, they withdraw. And it's a healthy thing to do because people will deplete you. This world will deplete you. It's not meant to fuel you. So if you notice that energy is depleting, you have to have a boundary and say it's not good for me. That is you having a good self-concept. It's called drawing the line. That's healthy. You can't be going off a bridge and killing yourself for people that may not even give you a crumb and things like that. And that's how we hurt you hurt yourself, you know what I'm saying? Manifest that in a negative way. And then you end up feeling hurt, like, bro, I did this for that, and I shouldn't have never did this. And now you feel obligated, like you owed something. No, you're not owed nothing. You did that for what? You know, I came up with your own meaning and reasoning and things to help that person, whatever the case. But what about you? So, like, you have to really consider, and it's tough sometimes when you're pure-hearted. I know. You're talking to a pure-hearted individual. For some reason, like a dumbass. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of y'all have a lot to give. Culture, don't know. See, that's good experience culture. You giving game right now because that time you spend and things like that is you not worth it, man, or whatever the case may be. Like, can extract the lesson from it and apply it in the day, which is good. I think my issue is on my fire placement. Sorry, I'm catching up, chat. Rumble family, appreciate you guys tapping in. If y'all here rocking with me, shout out to y'all. It was our fire placements in Waterhouse, 8th house and 12th. Pisces. That's okay. It's just like, and then you have to understand that your houses. So like, I can ask you. See, I wish I can see. Like, this is why I love. It's know when people know their chart, but yeah, no, I'd like to give you like I'd be happy to give you a reading, cat, because you energy, so it's easily articulated. But thing I could say without getting super deep, without gatekeeping either. This is 8th house, yeah. Like, it depends what placements are there. That's why I wish I can do a reading for you. Like, and then I can see what placements are there to talk about it specifically. And then 12th house Scorpio too. I'm familiar with that energy. So you're Sag rising as well. What's the 12th house sign? Because I know 8th house is Scorpio and 12th house is Pisces. But what your sun sign there? What say like planets are in the 8th house? What planets are in the 12th? That'll help. And then what sign is it in? If you don't, then DM me. We'll make sure to give you a reading for that. And we'll move forward with that for sure. I can't get away from them. it's a square. It's the energy. It's a good way to blame it, bro. Like, you can't get away from it because at the same time, you're a part of it. It's a part of you. That's the best way that I can explain it. Like, it's so funny explaining this because it's like, imagine y'all reaction, but it's this culture. It's the best way I can explain it, brother. It's a part of you. That's why you can't get away from it. You just have to like maybe recognize it, and then separate from it or whatever the case may be. Draw your line, have your boundaries. Like, you're born a 5th house star as a Leo, you gonna attract them. That's how it is. We all, like, the fixed signs always do that. That's how I attract Tauruses. That's how I attract Leos. That's how I attract, it's how it is. Aquariuses, like, it's odd. And they may not be the best dynamic, but you're just gonna attract it because that's what it's a similar, the same modality, but we do things differently. So we're all looking at each other like, how, like, and that's where we learn in life naturally. So even for you, a lot of people that you've maybe even learned from were probably like you would never know, but they were probably an Aquarius, probably a Scorpio. Like, it's crazy in life how it come out like that. You wouldn't even necessarily know, but if you were to like back the layers on your life, I guarantee you'd probably like, and it's hard because obviously in time and things we lose track of things, but I guarantee some of those teachers that you actually learned lessons from could have been Scorpios or Aquarius, etc. For sure. It's very interesting. Like, set strong points in our lives, you know, for sure. On the percentage level, there's probably a lot of on the percentage level is a lot of. The thing is, they have the polarities. You got Pluto and Mars, so they can kind of both sides of a coin sometimes. Yeah, and then y'all have that too, because fire signs will do that. Fire signs are naturally bold. So, like, that's one thing y'all gravitate to each other is your boldness. So, like, the air and, like, you see, like, y'all, it's not like y'all attract them because of in you. So, y'all do things similarly in different ways. The Scorpio does it similar as the Leo, as the Taurus, as the Aquarius, but it's all different. So, we're all looking at it like, you doing it that way. But there's information when you're looking at something like that. There's information that you're subconsciously taking on, and that's something that you're learning. Like, it plays out interestingly, but that's how it is. It's like a blend of energies. It's not just one thing. And then fire signs are bold, so you guys are gonna attract boldness. Yeah, so that's how it is. You guys like to be like that. Like, fire signs can be with other fire signs. A lot of times, no other signs can do that unless it's like Scorpio. But fire signs can be with fire signs because they be like that. So they bounce off each other. I can't do that, but that's how it is. They have energy for phase. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, fire sign thing. Like, I can't, like, too grounded for me as a fire. Like, I fixated sign. I fire on my inner planets, but I have to do things in a fixated manner to be able to pivot. I have to have a structure. So that's how the fire signs will attract the Aries, because y'all are bold. Leo's naturally bold, and y'all are, you know, the sun. So Aries, you know, gonna look at you like, oh, they did this. They start y'all like an example to the fire signs, because y'all can start something and hold on to it. The Aries can, you know, often quick-witted, very initiative, and then Aries can seem like they're always starting something for no reason. Leo doesn't have that energy. Sag can start something, not finish it all the time, and then that's gonna be a iffy energy. And then Leo, sometimes you guys can just be too prideful and then that can cause an issue too. So that works. You know, a lot of times that boldness attracts boldness. You know, likes fire for sure. Done by red sound like no one. Yeah, no, for sure. See, done by red. Yes, Leo is a lot too. Yeah, no, for sure they are. No, don't think y'all get a pass. Y'all definitely don't get a pass for sure. You know. Want to see how that is. Yeah, Leo and Leo definitely you gonna see for sure. It depends. A lot of times it can work. Same sign can work if the moon sign is the moon sign is critical. And then the men, y'all in the chat that are men that are guys, the moon sign, the girl's moon sign is so important. For the ladies, the moon sign for the men is less important because a lot of times men will brush off their moon signs and brush off their emotion anyway, which is not a good thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but y'all, you know, because y'all females are naturally ruled by the moon as more emotional and things by nature, it's important for you guys to understand your moon sign. Understand how you react and respond to situations so you don't crash out and things like that. And then the same goes for men. Emotional men out there, y'all crash out, end up in jail and things like that. You don't want to do that. You know your moon sign. The men should know their moon sign because they got to know, like, oh, that's why I get like this. But you see sometimes they too, like, I don't want to look at that. Ego. That's the difference with men. Which is why you see a lot of astrologers and things like that, but that's not me. That's what's one thing. But it's just ego. I'm confident. I'm one of the most dominant individuals in my space, in my niche, for sure. I'm a Leo sun, Aries moon, Leo rising. Whew! I truly feel like a king warrior hero. Yeah, I imagine. I can only imagine. God damn, that's hot. We had in the background hooting and hollering. Oh, that's my roommate. That's my roommate, brother. A Capricorn. That's, you know, fucking guy kills me. Done by red said I hate Aries. Yeah, and get like that. You know what I mean? So, cat, the Aries moon, y'all Aries moons. Oh my goodness, my females with Aries moons, man. That's a strong placement. You guys have to like power that you have with that placement. Okay. When I get to the bottom of the chat, and I want to touch on that placement. And you said Leo Sun, Leo Mars, Leo Mercury, 12th house. Okay. Moon in the 8th house. Okay. So the Aries moon in the 8th house, okay, because it's a house of Scorpio. It's kind of, what's the word, detriment in the angles, but it's still ruled by Mars. So Aries doesn't mind the 8th house, but the moon, it's a decent placement there. The moon being ruled by Cancer, 8th house. Yeah, you're comfortable. You can go deep comfortably. Aries moon in the 8th house, that's a better placement. Then you're less likely to lash out. You go deep before you can crash out. I like that. So there's an analytical nature to your reactions, or to how you act upon your emotion, which is critical. Important placement. Leo Mercury, tough sometimes, because sometimes you're thinking about how you communicated after you communicated something harshly or extreme. Because Leo Mars, oh my goodness, you have a Leo Mars? I'm not saying that's a bad placement. I'm not at all. I'm just saying Leo Mars, strong. Okay. Understand that when you get angry, you can blow up with the moon there. You can blow up, and when you blow up, your words, you will lash out someone, and you will give belt to ass. You know how to pull out the deepest depths of that person and get at them. And even if you don't do that, that's good, because that's like the worst side of you. Don't let it like that. But you'll be able to see the good traits or the bad traits within people and fucking attack that. But that can get you in some bad situations, so I'm not going to advise you to do that. But that's where you need to catch yourself. That's why I'm bringing it up. I'm talking to you like no one in the chat right now, okay? Because the 8th moon, the Aries in the 8th house, you may not even lash out right away. You'll go deep and figure out what you want to lash out on. And you're like, oh, I'm ready to, no. And then Leo Mars, yeah, and ready for war. And then oftentimes the Leo Mercury is in the 12th house, so it's self-undoing. So you're only thinking about it after the fact. So you have to catch yourself. You have to be able to catch yourself, like, me not do that, because I'm gonna be sitting with myself thinking about what I did and how I shouldn't do that next time. And then you kind of shift and you bring yourself backwards when you don't catch yourself, because the 12th house is all about self-undoing. So you have to undo yourself with that, in that way. You get what I'm saying? Let me catch up now. Pisces is the 12th. Yeah, like, you can get delusional. You have to be careful with that energy. At least Pisces is at home there, though. Yeah, Mercury. Unless the Leo Sun. Yeah, you're just saying Pisces is the 12th. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so dance and reference and everything I said stays the same. Never mind. I was just thinking that I said something wrong for a second. I'm like, oh gosh. But no. You're good. So everything still stands. Perfect. Hope that resonates. I said life hack number 4. Watch out for police and watch out for legal system and legal boundaries. There are people trying to put you in certain restrictions and things like that when it comes to the legal system. And don't, I'm not going to say don't, but try not to be like the way of framing this. Try not to hoard money. Savings is important for you, but don't be greedy. Caution. Evicted. Don't kill me. Yo, Genie Queenie. I like that name. Holy, how'd you think of that? It's kind of mud, I'm not gonna lie. You still in the chat? You are, so I'll give you a little breakdown. You're a cusp. You're a cusp too. Do you know your degree? Your life path number 8. So yeah, my life path number 8. So you're the 20. Okay, you're 21st. 3. You're a sun sign number 3. So how you show up a lot of times, you're able to connect and communicate with people very well. You can position yourself around social circles and social groups as well, which is in a good manner, which is also a good trait for you. See you thriving if you're not in the social media space or within some sort of local travel business, local courier service or things like that. I can see that being an option for you in terms of if you're thinking about starting something new, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. That's a good thing for work. You can thrive in those spaces, okay? Whether it's in your local neighborhood, whether it's like local travel, domestic service, like thinking about it for some reason, like Uber, things like that, pickups, drop-offs, like that within your local neighborhood is very good. Whatever you have as an opportunity within your neighborhood, you can use that as an opportunity to get you from point A to point B in some way, shape, or form to reach some new money and something. You putting yourself in that space is gonna be good for you. Because it's a natural energy. So when you show up, people feel warm when you show up, especially as a Leo. They feel like, oh, this is actually a good person. Like, I'm glad I'm working with this person. Wow, I found them. They live right there. I didn't know. Wow, friends now. Can work. And then another thing can play out to where like media can be a big thing. You can use the media in your favor, in a very healthy mannerism and in a way to make money because you're life path number 8. Spoke about the 8 energy as well. Same as Pure Bound. A lot of the 8 energy for those who are life path number 8s. Watch out for the cycles that you get stuck into, okay? Did break that down a lot, so I try not to repeat myself too much. Chat. I promise. For those who we have broke down similar energies, though, you definitely want to watch Replay Gang. Watch out for the cycles you get stuck in, and sometimes the cycles you get stuck in may be based upon your environment or social groups and circles that you decided to befriend or whatever the case may be. And then you're in a cycle that it seems like it's hard to get out. That may be whether it created a situation for you to make money, a form of stability, etc. It can be many different things to where the 3 can lead to the 8, but that's what I see for you. And then don't stay in certain things too long. The 8 deals with infinity and time, so you have to be mindful of time and people wasting your time and using your time. Okay? So bro on the phone, he laughing with Brody. He laughing with one of his dogs on the phone from the block. And they just cracking hella jokes. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's funny now. I'm in a whole different atmosphere. The Genie said currently dating a Scorpio. Nice. Depending on that person, that Scorpio, you see culture said run, don't look back. Yeah, that can happen. It just depends on the spiritual, the life experience of the Scorpio and what they deem valuable for themselves. A lot of Scorpios can seem toxic because they bite themselves in the ass. Just because they don't. It's because of an emotional intelligence. A lot of men don't like to look at their emotional side. They think it's girly. They think it's negative. They think it's weak. Whatever is on the internet and whatever people think emotion is referenced to or whatever. They're gay or whatever. I don't know. People have things in their head that I can't. It's not in our control, chat. So when it comes to that, they just got to know how to control themselves. Because Scorpio, it's 8th house. They feel everything. They're gonna know. And they're going to pick up on everything. If they don't know for themselves what they're picking up on and what that feeling is, then they're going to be cooked. I'm telling you right now. It's just how it is. And majority of people in society as a whole, chat, don't have time to prioritize well-being. So what happens? Just naturally, the Scorpio ends up being toxic. But it's not because they chose to be toxic, but they feel so much. They're picking up everything. That, like, it's overwhelming. I had a Scorpio just take his life the other day on New Year. Our brother. So... That's things you have to look like you have to watch for. A Scorpio will be going through the most. You'll never know because they a lot, which is why they're always going through personal transformations. You guys don't know. See, but when I talk about it like this, then it gives you a different perspective. Let's see. I've been knowing my Scorpio since when we were kids. Our family is close, so I know him really good. Yeah, see, that's a different type of thing. That's a different type of. So he feels that's good because he'll feel comfortable to actually open up and talk to you. That's the thing about Scorpio. They can feel so much they don't trust no one, which is why people trust them, because they're the ones that go deep within themselves. That people see that from them, that they can give that trust. But a lot of times, if they don't know themselves, like that's their gift energy. So they might not know themselves, but you may still come and approach them like they get all your secrets. So be careful, because not all of them are gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to give you the example, because not all of us. I'm not like that, so I ain't gonna represent that. You know what I'm saying? Culture said, "What astrologer? What were you referring to?" I don't know. I missed it. Still, I'm not gonna lie. Pressure. Good to see you, family. I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm a Leo. Tell me something about my upcoming time. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am. No lie. Nah, you're not in the chat, so I'm not breaking down nothing. Sorry, chat. It's the ones like it's the if y'all notice like a break down in the chat is those who are engaging, those who are like regulars who actually consider the energy. I don't be breaking down things for free and just wasting time and things like that. I got food on the stove. I'm working out. I gotta paint my spot. Like other things we gotta do. So but I'm here to provide the message. When I come on here, guys, it's value. You know what I'm saying? We're creating a strong community over here for sure. And I appreciate all y'all supporting me through music and readings and whatever y'all gravitate to on the page that you up as a service for those who tapped in on the coaching. I appreciate y'all as well, working with the media team and things like that. Shout out to every one of you guys. My Scorpio date of birth is 10/28. Cool. Yeah, he on the early decade, which is cool. Amy, how do I find out more about my house placements? Leo here, XX. Amy, I'm glad you're here. If you're still in the chat, damn, but maybe you are. Yeah, me, and I'll reach out. If not, I will write down your name and reach out to you. Chat, give me 2 seconds. Let me write down Amy's name because she's inquiring for a reading. All my peoples that inquire for a reading, I write down your names in my handy dandy notebook over here. Send a little blessing out to everyone who taps in and works with us, and just send some good energy back to you guys. So reinforce the good energy. Amy, A-M-Y, Amy Simmons. Let's see, yeah, Simmons. Nice. Thank you for the people who are inquiring for personal readings and stuff like that. Means a lot. We do run a business here. Person on my last live tried to tell me, yo, give me for free, bro. I'm the only one. I'm come in here mad bold. Do not do that. I'm gonna be on your what? About to ask. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, trust me, culture. I'm gonna have to reach out to her for her date of birth and time. If you don't have your time of birth, Amy, we can definitely do a noon chart for you. For everyone, okay, so it doesn't have their birth time. Our astrological natal chart readings, this is what it looks like. So we get your birth time, your birth location, your birth month and day, of course. But to get your full astrological reading, to know your rising sign, to know your house system, where is equivalent to the area of life and where in the body these energies are going to play out, aka medical astrology. If you guys are familiar with medical astrology, accidents and sicknesses and things like that, certain transits are going to be playing out within the body exactly when the time happens. So if you know you have Jupiter in the 6th house, when Jupiter is transiting your 6th house, you have to look at your health. Okay, there's things about your health you're gonna have to look at. If you have Aquarius season, if you have an Aquarius first house, there's gonna be if Aquarius rising, there's a Leo Sun, Aquarius rising, there's going to be a lot being shown on you right now during this period of time because the Sun is in Aquarius. So you as house of self, the first house is the house of self. So you as an individual is going to be illuminated. People are looking at you a little bit differently, a little bit brighter as a representation because the Sun is in Aquarius. So you're right. The Sun is directly weighing on your personal life. Your first house is all about you. Okay, chat? That's why the house system is important. And you only get the house system when you have your birth time. If you don't have your birth time, then we can do a generic chart, which is a 12 o'clock noon chart, okay? When we do that, it's going to show us where the position of the sun was at noon. And that's going to give us your rising sign, which is then in turn going to give me your house system, okay? I can then break down where and when things are going to be playing out in your life personally for you, okay? Client to athletes, we're a client to some musicians and things like that we work with behind the scenes. Psychic investigation is something we do regularly with a bunch of different clients in a bunch of different fields of business, okay? So it's not something that is and like I said, these start at 50 on the live, but like that's nothing that when I come here and I come to you, give you guys information, whatever information that you decide to soak, and you guys can do research on it and from it. A lot of times y'all will the way I teach, y'all will become y'all own astrologers and things like that in y'all own life. Y'all gonna be like, oh, I know exactly what to look for at this time because I teach. I'm not teaching nothing. I'm really reminding you what you already know. But the world has distracted us and took us away from this knowledge. I am said date of birth. Okay, let me write you down. I got you. Amy, if you're still in the chat and you did put a birthday in, I'm gonna make sure to see your things like that. I know you said you didn't have a, was it you? Yes, okay, you don't have your time. That's fine. If you have your location, we'll start there. And when you get your time, I won't charge you and things like that extra to get you a correct chart. You get what I'm saying? Because we're gonna have to do your chart again to map out your system again. I'm not gonna charge you. We'll just do it again so you have the updated system and you're good to go. So that's what we're gonna do, okay? So sure, I have you noted from now. Yeah, write you down, cool. Date of birth is you July, June, yeah, you July 30th, cool. I'm gonna write down your username first, just so I know how to reach a word out to you guys. Chat, and if I don't see me reach out within like an hour, that means I can't find your at. So you guys just DM the page. We usually DM right away, and the people that we don't find is because we end up finding your users for some weird reason. Maybe I wrote it down wrong or whatever the case may be. There's been some times where I couldn't find some of y'all, so if that is the case and you guys were inquiring and you noticed we didn't reach out, just DM us because we usually try to get to everyone. Sometimes it can get overwhelming. There's a lot of people coming through, etc. But for the most part, we usually don't miss anyone. And I'm gonna note your birthday here. DOB. This is what we call, real things like that. A lot of the, and then make sure to send your year, Yam. That's what I didn't notice. I do see your time. Make sure you let me know your year. 11/36, date birth. Yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, just your birth year, and that's about Yam. Let's see. Culture said, time was born makes it more accurate. Yes. Appreciate you, Culture. Yeah, so if anyone wants a reference, y'all, yeah, Culture definitely tapped in. You know what I'm saying? 100%. He's the best brother. He really be knowing. That's the thing, guys. Just about pulling the trigger, taking the risk. If you have belief that this is something that you're resonating with, like I don't use, so you guys would clearly know that I know the information. So if there's something that you deem in, which I deem in part, I live my life the way I have this, the way I cultivated this page, the way I cultivated my business, I did everything using astrology within the last 7-8 years of my life, following this. So I success to the heavens, to the 7 seas and things like that. You just gotta be in all this chat. So when you move in alignment, from this is real life. That's why I come on here all the time to kick the knowledge, because it's about me selling anything, but it's providing the information so you guys know what that you're seeing every day. Yeah, you see astrology. Yeah, you see Leo. What does that mean? You see what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to give y'all reference to what that means, because every one of you guys are different. Yeah, like y'all are all similar, y'all different in your own way. We're all unique. We're our own spirits in our own space, and that's important to understand, because we're gonna react and respond differently than other people. You can be born on the same day as someone, completely different personalities. Remember that. Kat says, I was warned about that. Oh, no way. You was warned about that long ago. Police and legal matters. No way. Who warned you? I wonder how. With life number 4, I'm shocked I ain't been in trouble ever. That's good. Good times, because it's Saturn energy. I'm happy I read that, because that missed, but I'm glad I resonate. And that you heard that again. See, like when I see things like that, chat, that's how you know, like, be tapped in a way. And that's not to brag, but you see, you've heard it before. So the fact that thing is crazy. With that being said, it's more so Saturn is Saturn energy. It's Earth. Okay. And that 4 is similar to like a square has 4 sides and things like that. And what is a square? A box. And 4D, it being a box and things like that. So it's like a cage. It's like an esoteric cage, the number 4. So a lot of times, which is like in numerology speaking, 1 is like that. You start understanding yourself. 2, you understand how to receive and how to relate to others. When you know yourself, you get into 3. You then the level of relatability, right? You can then connect and join forces, things like that. A lot of times, that's what 1 + 1 = 3. A lot of times we have kids, we have family, and things like that. Boom. And then what happens from there? We cultivate a home. That's number 4. See, and then for those who, I'm going to take you out of that space real quick, okay? Now, on an individual level, 1. Because we do these cycle over and over, but as an individual level, 1, yourself. 2, ability to receive and be relatable. 3, your ability to communicate. 4, your ability to square out your circle, right? Your ability to point and give a title to something. That's you becoming the magician. This is what, within the occult, this is like alchemical information. But when you get at this point, you're able to curate and shape your environment, esoterically speaking. And this is when it becomes physical. And the physicality of it is what creates the cage, or the limitation. See what I'm trying to say? So we create, and it's created from us. We create our own limitation, but you have to see what the cage or what the box you're in. Like you have to be, and then you have to be able to move boxes. When you create a box for yourself, when you see a box is like outdated, you have to be able to say, okay, I need to get out of this box and go into a different box, which is what we spoke about before with the mutable energy, which is why being mutable is important to know when to adapt. Adaptability is key. But fixated energy is important to keep things grounded and rigid. To understand when you start something, you gotta keep at it. Consistency. See what I'm trying to say? So all the energies, guys, are important. In alchemy, we the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and all the modalities: cardinal, fixed, mutable, things like that. And that's good. Glad you haven't been in any legal trouble. I wonder. I think you were a life path 8. Was it the 8? You were a life path. Done by Red. Your reading started at 50 and above. Yeah. Yeah. W help, brother. But yeah, I was trying to figure out what your path was, but yeah, no. I don't remember. Did I do it? No, I didn't write it down. I was gonna say maybe because it be your life path number. That's really helped. Okay, no, life path number 4. But it was your sun sign. What day was your birthday? When you send it in the chat, unless you have both 8s. Were you both the 8? Were you the 8 too? Well, you weren't the 8. So yeah, when you let me know your sun sign, then I can you a reasoning why you haven't ran into any legal matters and things like that. Any like personal restriction you've noticed for sure. Be mindful of like use that being like other people, like that can be prone on. It's like an energy that can be prone from other people too. Like people try to threaten you with that type of stuff, and you're like, bro, I have nothing to do with it. Like, but you put me in a box, you know. So that type of stuff too. People, yo, I'm gonna do this and do the cops and get you in trouble in legal matters and things like that. It's like they're trying to put you in that energy more from the external world. So be mindful of that too. Let me scroll down real quick. Yup. Look at it on any site. CoStar. Amy. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. And what you guys are using, if you guys are using for like what you're looking for, if you use all those sites for sure. No, we're not partnered with none of them, but I like Astro Charts. AstroSeek is good for day-to-day. We have Astro Charts open right now to see the current moon transit and the planetary movements, right? So that's a Seek. AstroSeek is WW website for current. I get charts using Astro Charts, astrochart.com. But to find your birth time, you're gonna have to look at your either your birth certificate or and things like that. That's the thing I can say. But usually it says on the birth certificate. Yep, Snap will do it too. Yep, culture. I see that nowadays. See Snapchat. Snapchat hit the info. You know, such your birth chart readings. I want one at this point. Yeah, I appreciate you, Kat. So, live readings, 50. Which if you hear, you get the $50 deal. Anything off live is literally 100 and above. And then to work with me for a year is hiked. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say like pricing on you, but yeah, if you work with me for a year one-on-one, then you can DM me and we will discuss that for sure. That deals with psychic investigation through what you're going through in day-to-day life. It gives you a certain amount of readings every week, certain amount of questionnaires every week and month to month and things like that for you to kind of work on, also be aware and heighten certain psychic senses for yourself as well, to let you know certain insights to prepare for, what to look out for at certain months and certain times of the year. And it's all based upon you, which is cool. So that's a little bit different. You in line with the 8th house Aries moon. Yep. 8th house Aries moon too, that's the thing. You're going to feel all of it. You're going to feel all of it. It's so like that's you have the blend of the, that's crazy. That gives you the idea of what a Scorpio is going through as a Leo. Which is crazy. It reminds me of my own chart being the Scorpio sun and moon with a Leo north node, because I have to I understand energies and I understand how to help in both in different mannerisms. Because the North Node is uncomfortable energy, but it's how I should be thriving and be, which is why the North Node is important. A lot of y'all North Nodes may not even be within your sign, may not even be Leo and things like that. So I tell a lot of Leos, sometimes the drama ain't even the way you're supposed to be doing things. Sometimes expressing the loud and, you know, being in your limits and your fire traits, it's not always the best mannerism, because a lot of times that's our south node energy. You got to go towards your north node. So when you figure out your north node, it's probably different energy, and you're like, oh, I'm not used to that. Yes, exactly. That's your north node. It's meant for you to grow and ascend beyond your current sign and things like that. See, so like the square, Scorpio and Leo, the Leo north node is ascending beyond my south node, which is Aquarius. So it's focused more on individuality. I have to separate from big groups and big social circles and focus more on me and what I'm doing and what I set the stage for. This is how it works, chat. I have to be, as a Scorpio, and then as a Scorpio sun, I'm a natural water sign. I don't feel the need to talk and get up here and talk and things like that. But when I do, that's my North Node energy. I don't, like, if you see me in real life, I'm actually a quiet individual. When I talk, when I'm doing things like this. Besides that, I'm quiet, I'm working out, making music. You'll hear me in music. If you don't hear me in music, you hear me here. That's it. Besides that, I wanted to read tonight. Like, hi. Okay, yeah, no problem. Let me write you down. Sorry, I'm catching on. Let me scroll down. Appreciate the patience, chat. Give me 2 seconds. Going as fast as I can. I'll get into cycles. Sometimes I start channeling. The messages start coming through. You know what I'm saying? All right. Cat Harband. Perfect. We're going to do reading. All right. We got that marked down. We're going to make sure to send you a DM ASAP as soon as this is done. I'm exceptionally well and overly proud of you, chat. Hey, Pressure. I appreciate you from the bottom. I know you've been rocking with us since one of our first lives and things like that. And I appreciate you guys, bro. Like, the ones who are solid and are really here to, you know, for listening and the longevity, it means a lot. There's a lot of people who come through. You guys, like, our lives, chat, we have hundreds of people, probably thousands. I'm not going to lie. Like, per live, we end it, we probably see 3K, 4K, 5K come through the live. But look how many of you actually stick and stay. That's what matters, because y'all that have the awareness that'll actually change and impact the world. That's what matters. Like, and you think it's only 4, it's only 5, it's only 7, it's only 10 of us. That 10 awoken minds, more than like hundreds of dormant spirits. I'm telling you, because those hundreds of thousands are gonna follow y'all. I promise you. They're gonna learn from y'all. I promise you. Scorpio, okay, life also 8. Okay, good. Okay, that was okay. Perfect. I'm gonna note that down for you too. Show it to you guys, man. We had this little full moon on February 1st. Good energies. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling rejuvenated? A lot of release is important. So like a lot of ladies, a lot of sensual stuff, you know, but you work with the moon, so you work with the water, do the things like that, the Epsom salts, and, you know, feel, getting things like that. That's going to be good. Help you let go any outdated emotions and things like that. You want to keep cleansing. Full moon is key. You're also in the energy too, so utilize this week for releasing outdated energies that, you know, is just want to think about, you don't want to feel no more. Use that bath and use water as the intention, okay, to help you. I'm writing you down, Jeannie. I like that name. I have a track called Genie. It's a banger. Genie Queenie 40. Perfect. Astro. Perfect. Give you guys some astro breakdowns. And we'll be sending you guys the charts as well. Yeah, appreciate you, Queenie. Appreciate you, W's. Yeah, cultured. The medical. We gonna do that. We that? Yeah, you. I'm not. Yeah. We gonna for you for sure. That's gonna be key. I'm not gonna lie, Peachy. If you in this bitty, what's happening? I see familiar names that put me in my energy. It's good shit. Yeah, shout out to that culture. We're going to think on that, because also to one of our automations on the page. You guys know we run automations. You get DMs from us. Yes, we do run automations. We run a business chat. We can't message 100,000 people all the time throughout the day. It's a lot of time. But I had someone reply like, I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed that you guys want to just sell stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry. Automation her chef. I'm sorry. Like, it was my partner's my guide, and she was so upset. You know, $28, and she was so angry. She was like, "Oh, why does everyone want to sell something?" I'm like, you don't know free value. Like, I apologize, offended you. Like, man, like the love service, you gotta be the people, chat. It's crazy sometimes. People just they're riled up in their own ways. You know, it has to do with you sometimes, and that's what's important. You gotta realize some things have nothing to do with you. She loves, yeah, Hundo. I think, and we reached recently, love, so just be sure to check your DM and hit us back whenever you have a chance, and we'll make sure to move forward with that for sure with you, because I know you wanted, and I know you've been interested too. Dill Dip, please add you. You didn't send a live request. I'm not sure if you're requesting to join the live or if you're requesting to add you to the readings list. I'm gonna just write it down that you're not here anyway, so, and I didn't see no live requests come through, so I'm not sure what's going on there, chat. Let me get a something going on quick. This is I need my fireplace right now. I need my fireplace. Where we at? Yeah. Okay. Good old background. Alright. Dill. Let me write you down. Dill Dip. Gotta paint my loft this weekend, chat. It's gonna be fun. Gotta tape up all the borders and mix up all the paint and shit. Put some music on. Hopefully don't take too long. Self-made. Appreciate you tapping in. Self-made. I like the name. You are not in the chat, so we're not breaking down that birthday. We're gonna write you down in case you reach out and you are interested. reading. Yeah, for those who threw and just drop their names and leave, it's not the best practice. Well, not their names, but their birthdays. You guys see it all the time. Like, that's just natural. Yo. Let me catch a chat. Cat said life path number 4. Okay, perfect. Cat. Okay, perfect. Cat said perfect. You July. Cool. All my Leos. Okay, y'all coming through. 7. And you close cusp. I wonder. You are a cusp indeed. I don't think so though. 24. You may be like 2 degrees. If you made 3, you just missed it. But you should in your Leo energy. If it's a cusp, that's going to be an interesting breakdown. Which you are on the Leo, of course, it's weird, like where you're on the Leo side of the cusp. Maybe 0 to 2 degrees, which is what I'm curious of. If not, you probably like 3-4 degrees Leo. Maybe 5, but I don't even think 5 yet. Very early. No problem, bro. You helped me ascend in the past few weeks. Good. See that's what we for. See that shit? Like, that's what we for. Keep growing, keep ascending. Like the knowledge, awareness, it pieces together over time, and it becomes like a whole, like, and you start to create a whole mind. You're gonna realize over like a couple months, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm like a whole different, like the way I see things is a whole different level. You know, it's mannerism. Things I can conduct myself that much differently. Like, and you can catch yourself in certain things because it's the awareness, not just the information to be or to just fill your mind with information, but it's to going through certain situations and chaotic situations, when and how to catch yourself in that, right in the moment, because that's the toughest thing to do, is actually catch the moment and say, you know what, let me not do that right now, because I can see where maybe it'll lead me, or I can see where this other person may be doing shit for no reason, nefarious reasons, or some ill in me act and me responding in that way is gonna fare their own. There's certain things because it's spirit thing. So when you can catch things in the spirit realm beforehand, you'll save the material world, and you'll go through less bullshit because you'll be able to catch it in the spirit realm first. As above, so below. As within, so without. It works. Good shit, guys. Appreciate you. You feel the fire energy in this live. Yeah, no. So that's what I say all the time. I say my lives, like my live streams. Remember my couple ago, yeah, whoever live nowadays and leaves the live with more energy. Y'all come here and leave the live feeling more fueled, feeling better about yourself, feeling better about your life, feeling like you know more, like you do. That's the whole point. Like the whole point of astrology is to ascend beyond your zodiac, is to ascend beyond the limitations of the world. It's like, I'm gonna put it that way. And you're gonna start seeing that because you're gonna see the limitations of everything. Just like how I broke down the occult representation of 4 and how 4 can be a limit, how 4 is a correspondence in numerology to a legal system and things like that, and police and things like that. People can't even explain to you why that is. What I'm trying to say? Like, what is 4? What is 2? So you have to know. You have to be in the spiritual spaces to even understand. Like even the words occultist for you in your mind might be like, oh my god, it's scary. Occult just means hidden, chat. So like as an occultant, no hidden information. I understand how to receive certain things, and you have to be in the spaces of the world as a spiritual adeptus to even understand what they even did to create the world. Because we created it as spirits in a body. It's not like they came out of nowhere. You have and if you back the layers of distraction, you remember how the world was actually created. And I spent time doing that, so of course me is just me. But yeah, that's my explanation. Add to the list, Millie. I gotcha. Gotcha. That's like actual esoteric behind the numbers, chat. What that information what I just said, man, I could have clipped that. It would have been a crazy clip. But that right there is what most people won't hear online. Most people won't tell you the reason why 4 is related to police and things like that. People can't give you the actual correspondence to why the number is related to this. Why you being gonna be like that. What do you mean? That's why there's people out there that be like, bro, that's bullshit. I don't believe in astrology. Or, bro, I'm not gonna be encapsulated by your belief. But it's not a belief, it's a science. It's like that, like it's a nature. As long as we have the sun and moon in the equator and the 4 seasons, we're always gonna have astrology. You see, this is what you won't hear. You're only gonna hear it from a very, very, very extreme, and it's probably not even few, like 2. Me and probably someone else. Like that's as I'm telling you, you ain't gonna hear it from like a lot of people. And a lot of people are not gonna teach like this because the information I'm telling you is occult information. So it's not to be put out there for the masses and people to know. Like it's groups and things. Like, I'm telling you from the horse's mouth. But yeah. I appreciate you tapping in. How you doing? God, you said I'm a YN now. So 725, you are technically, you could be considered a cusper depending on the time you were born. Like because the Khalif, let me see if I pull it up right now. Like, see, I can even pull it up even if I wanted to. Let's see what Gree says. If I were to pull up like a noon chart of your time, I don't, just based upon rough examples and things like that. It probably won't be though. See, July 25th. Because we go into the season, yeah. Probably not. You probably made the Leo cut. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably made the Leo, like the official Leo cut. Let's see. Yeah, fuck. It's not gonna be generic charts, man. Give me a generic fucking spot. Let's see. Let me see. Nope. Yeah, no. Usually, like, you know, based upon like a generic chart, but right now, let me see that one thing. But if I was gonna be intuitive with it, I would probably say you would just pass it. You're probably like you probably in on Leo. I think that cusp is semi-significant though, right? See, it is it's 100% right here saying cusp, but it doesn't say the degree. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and say you're a cusp necessarily, because according to here it doesn't show degree, but you could likely be a cusp for sure. You probably could be making 3 degrees, you know, very, very, I mean, let me see. Yeah, okay, the 22nd is the actual date it crosses over, so you're definitely a cusp. Yeah, you're definitely a cusp. I got you noted. Got all these people noted, make sure I don't miss no chats, chat. Yeah, Ben, I would definitely throw a cusp, and then you're born on your sun sign, 25, 5, 7, that Libra energy. You can be quiet, a more alone type of Leo. You may not like the big social circle and the big glamour. Let me know if that resonates, okay? So your sun sign, a lot of times, it's like a different self energy, because 7 is a masculine number. So remember that in numerology and gematria, guys, when we talk about numerology, we reference that 1, 4, and 7 is masculine numbers. So remember that 1, 4, and 7, they all play out differently, okay? So from 1, we spoke before, and we spoke from 7. The 7 is the ability to look at things from the outside in, right? Look at the box that look at what you've created from the outside in and say, you know what, where do I want to go? The direction I want to go, the direction I see myself going. The 7 of energy has the ability about yourself. You have the ability to pull yourself out and say, you know what, I want to go this direction. I don't want to be around this group of people. I don't want to be around this friend. I want to do it this way, my way. You know what I mean? Like the 7 is the Libra energy. A lot of times, Libra is more relatable, like more of a people person. Things like that. You could be very good with people already naturally, but with that gift, you're like, I want to select me. You're like, with that gift, yeah, you are good around people, but that's when you choose to. You don't always want to put yourself in those situations to be around people, and just because you know that it doesn't represent you all the time, and that's what's important, because Leo is an individual energy, individuality. It's the all of you, which is why Leos are extremely prideful. This is why pride is the thing. Which I don't know, and I'm not gonna bring that up. That's a different. I was gonna say, I wonder why they used Pride. I wonder when Pride Month is, but that's a different conversation. But yeah, they're trying to use the Leo, because a lot of times within the shadow gov and things like that, the fixated energies for the biggest. You guys look at the events. The biggest play out during Leo season, summer, Scorpio season, fall, Aquarius, or Taurus, May, things like that. Let me catch up. I appreciate you tapping in. Gotcha. No, that's don't kill me. The cult word is so funny. That's culture. That's the reason I don't use it, you know, because as soon when I use it, people are, oh fuck, I'm in a cult, and then I'm like, no, like I want people to think that, because I know where the minds go. Like a lot of people, like, it runs into fear based on what people know and associate with the word cult. You know what I'm trying to say? So like, they're like Hollywood fucked up word. So when people hear it, it's just, oh, I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? But like, this is where we get culture from too, which is funny because your name is Cultured. Your username, but yeah, that same from that too, that cult-like nature. But see, we create different words to represent it. I'm trying to say, so like, a culture has the same ties to cult and to an occult, and to that. That is resonated with a specific idea, a specific thing. You see what I'm trying to say? And it created it created meaning and reasonings, and that affects the masses. Like the 10 of y'all that are in here, etc., are gonna have more impact than dormant spirits. That's what plays out as things like that. It's based upon the leaders. But yeah, I wanted to break that down so y'all have a spiritual way of looking at certain words and things like that. Me, Whitney Houston, maybe the Fox, Tom Brady. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Leo, Sun's, Aries, Moons. Definitely some good, some strong placements with that. You see, like I said, anyone with the fixated energy usually has a lot of the success signature. They can better represent. Although every sign has been successful, but a lot of that fixated energy is important. I'm sure if you look at the mutables and things like that, they've had fixed nature. They've had to use more fixed energy. They've had to have a mentor to keep them more on their shit. They've had to. This is what it is. It's ability to show up every day. Only fixed signs can do that, and do it without feeling like they're wasting time or whatever the case may be, because they know that's their energy, that's what they're in. So they do it for a certain time and they see it's not working. That's when they need to know to pivot, change, try something new. A lot of times a fixated sign won't like to try something new. They're like, I gotta make it work, and then eventually they'll make something work, which is why sometimes it becomes successful, because you have to endure something long enough than another person to accumulate something, to make something of value to people, right? If I came on here once every fucking 8 months, y'all would not look at me as someone serious, right? So that's the same thing I'm trying to relate. Ben said thank you. Yeah, sometimes I feel like an emotional Leo. Yeah, for sure. That's a thing though, Ben. The water, Benz, I'm gonna tell you, it's actually extremely important. If you're here, yeah, you are. Okay, cool. Because the allows you to hone in on the emotions you actually want to feel, and you actually not even feel, but you want to express. The Cancer signature with the water there coming gives you patience to feel. That is so important, and I'm telling you this as a double Scorpio. You need patience to feel, and the way the pressure of the world, it makes you like, oh, gotta forget it, push aside and ignore it. No, bro, if you keep doing that, they're gonna it's gonna people keep doing that, right? It pushes stuff aside. Say you're gonna cause something, you know. I'm not gonna put that on. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I've seen it in life where the more you neglect your emotions and the more you keep pushing things to the side, when you have that signature in your natal chart, it'll play out worse, because you're against your nature. Simple. So if you know your nature is to emotionally process certain emotions, or emotionally process certain energy, certain things, certain actions, etc., that's what you got to do before you act upon it, right? Leo, fire, is an action-oriented sign, and it's emotional. So you guys are going to act based upon emotion anyway. People that are Leos are naturally doing that. They act based upon emotion, which can be extremely toxic. Like, that can be bad, which is, and that's for the feelers, the water signs and the fire signs. That's both of us. You know, we don't get the water sign, and this is where the water sign can seem manipulative as well, because the water sign will keep it underneath. If they don't know how to express it, if they don't know how to process it, they won't say anything and just be like, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about it. And then one day it'll just blow up like, oh, where does this come? Yeah, one time from that one was okay, bitch, you was not okay. That's what happens, right? But the Leo will feel it, and instead of they're like, oh, what is this feeling? Analyze it before I act upon it. They'll act upon it, crash out, or say something crazy, or be a little bit too bold, or seem a little bit too dramatic, and then have to double back on that. Like, okay, I need to learn how to. A lot of times, like, and then for the females, y'all may have been a little bit better for you, or maybe that may have happened earlier for you, because obviously, when it comes to emotions, y'all mature a little bit earlier when it comes to females and things like that. So you have to learn a little more about your own energy, because obviously as a female lady and things like that, it's your nature, you're more emotional. So you may have learned that more early on for those who are closer to the water, or have a water moon and things like that, right? For the men out there, we could be traits later, because we're often told and taught to push aside emotion, be quick, don't worry about how you feel. Like this is we are all told this. Men are always told this. I know this. I'm told this too, and then that's when I realized, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's going against my own nature. A lot of men push, which is okay, because like pushing a feeling to the side and actually doing something about it is really the best way to tackle it. But if you don't know what to do about it, you're not gonna know how to attack it. Do a bunch of shit that's not good for you, and then you end up putting it on the back burner. You see what I'm trying to say? Because you don't actually realize what you wanted to do with that. So it becomes very iffy. That's why I don't really like that. I don't really take that. I don't really support that information. Like, oh, put your feelings to a side. I don't really tell men that, because I've seen the dark of numb ass dudes who get triggered from nothing and their ego runs their life. And as soon as you tell them something that they get emotionally bothered from, they're ready to fucking go to hell. That's a problem. Because if we're in a society where men can't have diplomatic conversations, that's an issue, which is where we're going nowadays. You know what I'm trying to say? Of course, Benz, of course. I seen that we had the Christian Louboutins for sure. Wait, that might have been a post on our page. I don't know where I've seen that, but this is funny, now I'm laughing at it. This occurs at times. Yeah, for sure, because like a lot of times, emotions can be stagnant, like important to process them. You have to be able to be like, okay, I feel like this, what am I going to do about it? Because the action, like the water allows you to, sure you have your Mercury. If you have your Mercury, let me know in the chat. If you don't, then that's okay. I'll give you a reading if you want. But if you don't have your Mercury, if you don't know your Mercury can be like, okay, let me analyze this emotion, let me do it. But if you don't know your Mercury placement, I can't tell you how you do this thing. But you see, when you feel emotional and you want to sit with it, you want to process it, we can kind of slow up on it. Of course, and that can be discouraging or slowing down and things like that. So it's like it's not energy forever, like, and get like emotional. This is why water signs get deemed depressed, because they're always feeling things. They're always sitting there and processing how they feel and not doing shit about it. That's the difference. So and then that's why, because if the water sign doesn't understand their emotions, then they're not going to do anything about it, and they try to manipulate other people. You see what I'm trying to say? And then a lot of times Cancer can be extremely powerful. Cancer, this is why Cancer is one of the most powerful zodiac signs, because they can initiate you to feel how they feel, and you won't even realize making you feel like that. But it's due to them making you feel a certain way, so then they can create a sense of relatability towards you, and that's when it can be manipulative. But it's not. Sometimes they might not even know it's manipulation. That's just doing it for them's sake, to create a relatability, because they don't feel comfortable talking about shit with other people. So they might. So that's their logic in their mind. I'm telling you, as an astrologer, that's how it plays out. Let's see. Inner battle for reals though. Yep, exactly. But when you just you sit and that when you understand what you want to do with it, that's fine. As long as you can make a decision about how you feel, then you can move forward and change that maneuver, right? Mitch, what's up? Appreciate you popping. I don't think I seen what you said, but I had to. I'm not sure what you had to do, but yeah. Yep, mental health is important. Trust me, 100%. Okay, Ben said, I was upset when I would make the same effort or care as deeply as I do. Right, because the fourth house is the big heart, the loving, the feeling, right? So when you care for people and people don't have that same receptivity, that can impact you, because that's your Cancer, because you like that is the nature of initiating the care, to show people you care, to show them, and that creates a sense of connection, and then you can act more boldly towards them. You see what I'm trying to say? Like it picks up the Cancerian because you were used to that, right? But because it's more on the Leo, now you have to. It's teaching you to focus more on you. You sometimes you can't, based upon your heart. It's teaching you can't always feel how you feel about the things that you care about. See what I'm trying to say? Not everyone's gonna feel how you feel about towards the things you care about, like how you do, and that's like a life lesson for you. That's extremely important to keep in mind. If you're gonna write anything down from this live, write down that, write down that, because that's extremely important. Like, it's just gonna be like throughout your life. That's the thing to really keep in mind, in terms of moving forward. Like, that's the whole lesson. Cause Leo, you see what I'm trying to say? But because you're on the polarity of Leo and not Cancer, you're not 0 degrees. You're not 29 degrees Cancer or 28 degrees Leo Cancer. You know what I mean? You're probably 2-3 degrees Leo. So you're in that. It's just your first decan. And if you guys don't know about the decans, first decans, yeah, 23rd, y'all the first around, like first 10, y'all ruled by the sun a lot of times. So yeah, so the first decan ruled by the sun. So the people in this decan, y'all have y'all have to learn, because you're a cusp, you're gonna have to learn from the Cancer that people don't about the things that you care about the way you care about it. So you have to step more into your sun energy, your Leo, right? And be like, listen, this is what I care about, and be confident about it. Show people as a representation why you care about this thing, why it's such a strong desire. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's important to you. That's gonna attract that reciprocal energy. Okay, that's the difference plays out. And because you're a cusp, sometimes at times you can choose different energy. You can choose your energy. That's the crazy thing of cusp. People don't know this, and you won't hear this from a lot of people. But you can choose, like, every day is a day that you can choose to be more Cancerian or more Leo. It's crazy, but when you learn this, it's a gift and a curse. But if you learn it, it can be extremely powerful in your life, because you'll know what for. You know what I mean? Based upon based upon your level. I think that comes from yourself first. So when you can step into your, that's the lesson. When you step your Leo and you're confident, you're warm, you can show people why you care about this thing without making people care about it. Without trying to make people care about it, you can express why it's good for you. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, only you individually, why it's important. We'll see that realization in them and gravitate to it. Because it's Cancer, you can okay, let me try to do this with this. Let me process this and my way to help this person and see if maybe develop a strong relationship, new connection, etc. Maybe a friend. That's the wrong way to do it. Do it individually first. Show up for yourself. This is why self-concept is so important. Show up for yourself. Show up with confidence and be ambitious. Show people that you have something of value that you like and that you care for, and you're confident about it, and you don't care what other people think about it. That's what's going to attract people to look at it. And then you're able to that level of care towards other people and show them, okay, guys, this is like, that's where the cardinal Cancer energy in, to where then whoever gravitates to you, you can then initiate that connection based upon what you already gave off. See what I'm trying to say? So, and they're already familiar with it. So you're not trying to make someone feel something that they haven't felt yet. They're feeling something based upon your confidence and your ambition. You get what I'm trying to say? Someone can't feel something if they haven't felt it from you. And that's the whole lesson. So the initiation comes after. Although, like, it wants to come first because you're a cusp. But in the spirit realm, you have to go towards the Leo first. You have to go towards you first. And then, because you've already been a Cancer, where you come from spiritually is a space of Cancer. Your 4th house star. So you're used to that already, spiritually speaking, in terms of your own spirit ascension. That space that you've already embodied. So look at it as if you're familiar with it already. You've already did that before in a life. So right now, it's less doing things for the sake of other people, based upon what how you feel, for the sake of you and what represents you, what represents your ambition. The best thing I can give you right there. Shit. July Leo was friendly, spark of life. August Leo more calm, grounded. After we're together in this, for sure. A little bit more, yeah, for sure, more things like that. I'm a first decan Leo. Most people don't realize that first decan Leos have all the classic Leo traits, right? I was supposed to be born 8/2, okay, August 2nd. Mom had me early. Nice. What's crazy is I definitely see the difference between me and my August Leo friend. Yeah, for sure. You're gonna know. For the different, they're ruled by different planets, right? Which I'll give you guys a short real quick. Which we know, the first is, deals with the sun, obviously ruled by the sun. So that's, Leo, like, things like that. And then you guys have to, like, where you're coming from. So depending on date, like, whether you're a cusp or you're a first sign, look at it differently. If you're a cusp, look at you coming from the Cancerian constellation and stepping into your Leo. If you're just an early degree Leo, which the first decan is August 1st. If you're in that section, your first decan. Cusp is July 22nd, July 25th. In those 3 days and things like that, you're a cusp. If you're after if you're like 25th, August 1st, July 25th, August 1st, first decan. Look at it a little differently, because you have energy, but you have the first decan energy, to where it's less Cancerian and lion and things like that, but it's more the drama. It's more the short temper. It's more the or setting things up for things. A lot seem manipulative to set someone up to express that they didn't want to express. So like that, I think that first decan is a little different. Look at it a little differently. And then remember that that's also associated with Saturn. So there's a lot of boundaries and restriction limits that this have to deal with. Okay, so if it's a little bit of the Cancer, you have a little bit of completely first decan, you have some of the Saturn, some of the boundaries. So it's not, you shouldn't be acting all crazy, all of the roar. You know what I'm trying to say? Saturn is kind of show you got to keep it a groundedness. When you go up and get too crazy, It's not the best situation for you. This is the thing. So even though first decan Leos have some of the most true Leo traits, it's not something that they should always be embodying because they're ruled by Saturn. So being your true Leo, as they be as like an ego reference, that is putting a restriction on you. So you have to be little, you see what I'm trying to say, when you understand what planet is covering the first decans, because that is the restriction, the ego, because that's the sun representation. That was a good breakdown though. But yeah, I'm glad you said that, Kat. So that's a little bit of a deeper breakdown for you. But you can give me to myself. Good stuff, Ben, as you should. Appreciate you. Right. Upper spine and heart. Yep. That's what it is. And even with even the within the house and things like that, within astrology, you understand that too. Like you said, the same right there. That's in the back. So some chakra, solar plexus, things like that. Which is a little different. Sometimes within the 7 chakras, the heart chakra is a little bit of a different reference. But even then, that solar plexus is directly connected to your heart, right? That's where you find self, is what's gonna do how you express yourself and all that. Let me catch up to the chat. August 13th, Claire, appreciate you. If you're here, if you want a reading, I'll write you down, but let me know in the chat. Let me see, we got some birthdays dropped. Usually when people drop birthdays, they usually don't answer DMs, but I'll notice, I'll write them down. LCLAIRE. Okay, perfect. First decan is Leo Sun. Second decan Jupiter, Sag, Mars, Aries. Right. So depending on where you got that from, we have second Jupiter and first as Saturn, right? And being third decan. But you see, this is broken down in different mannerisms from different astrologers and etc. So you may find different information out there. That's all I can say, to be honest with you. In terms of true and what's true, it could depend on what you're at, you know what I mean? Whether it's Western astrology with Vedic, whether using tropical chart, etc. So it depends. Some people are use different. That's where that comes from. Because even the third decan, we see ruled by Mars. Mars, God of courage, ambition. That's what creates the separation. So a lot of times it's the third decan Leos that can walk the lone path, that can be the leaders in August 12th to the 22nd. Right, they're ruled by Mars. A lot of times their passion and their drive is what causes separation, to be isolated. That's another energy that causes isolation, is passion, Mars. That's the only other energy that'll cause that separates you to rights or success, is your passion, Mars, which is war. But the ability to go after a passion is going to threaten other people that aren't passions and don't have courage and lack courage, and then naturally you become the leader, as the lion in the forest walking alone and things like that. We have Jupiter as the second decan, August 2nd to August 11th, which is a God signature. So you're dealing with boundaries, you're dealing with protection, you're dealing with travel, you're dealing with new experiences, or you're dealing with you have the mutable energy. So you can be a little bit more adaptable compared to other Leos, right? You can be mutable. You can see the ideas. You can develop that balance, that cultivation, that give and take. The Six of Wands is often like your actions is representation to other people. People learn from you. You have that teacher. A lot of times the third decan, they already have that wisdom. They're born in the third decan, so they're born with second decan energy, which is why they can pursue the passion, because they have the wisdom already, or it'll play out like that in their life. And then at a certain age, they have to walk alone, because even if they're born August 12th to 22nd, they may have to play out the first and second decan in their actual life. So as they mature in age, it'll play out like that. Second decans, you said Kat said second decans, Leos are influenced by Sag. Well, I guess that's a Jupiter then. And third decan, Leos act like Aries because they're ruled by Mars. Okay, well there you go. Yeah. So I guess we said the same thing. I was just referencing to planets, I guess, and you were the signs. Yeah. We said the same exact thing. We're right. Never mind. There's nothing to discrepancies. And those houses of creativity, children, passion, self-expression, and romance. Correct. It's 333. I see angel numbers daily. W. My main page is me, MC333. That's what I use. My reference. Phoenix Oracle. You guys search MC3. But yeah. Ben said, "Son." So the fact that you see that, I'm not surprised you're here. It's in alignment. I use that energy to represent my damn self. So the fact that you see that is big. I have both 333 777 tatted on with a piece right here. Is all our chat. I wouldn't even have to fix that chain for a customer. But yeah. Thing about the decans, y'all understand that? Y'all be good to go. Sun, Saturn, my house of Leo. Okay, cool. Damn, a lot of 12th house energy. It was 3:15 chat. God damn. I ain't never looked at the clock in a minute. Rumble, Yusu, how you guys doing? Shout out to the chat. God damn. That's okay though. Sun, Mercury, Saturn in the 12th house of Leo. Yeah, so 12th house, I was saying, of undoing. So a lot of times you have to be one to undo yourself and undo certain things that no longer serve you. 12th house. Now a lot of the 12th house energies, if you have you have the Sun, Mercury, Saturn there too. Do you like music, Benz? You're a big music head, yeah? You like meditation? Let me know in the chat. Do these things help calm you down? Spiritual, spiritual topics, maybe things like this, live like this. That's why that Mercury, Saturn, that Sun in the 12th house. It's also a strong the fact that you have Mercury there, and I'm telling you, strong psychic signature. Yeah, your Saturn there too. You see, Saturn puts a little bit more restrictions on there, so you may not gift like that, but you have a sense. There's like a sense with the 12th house. Pisces energy is very mystical. So you have those things sometimes, which is why you probably, when you feel certain things, you probably get a little bit deeper than you should because you have a it. So like you put yourself in that space. But yeah, that's one thing. Saturn in the 12th house. It's a house of undoing. What ways of expressing your played out in the best when it comes to communication and talking to people in certain ways? Like what are some words or ways of speaking to people that didn't resonate with certain people that you have to change? Like Leo is a very interesting energy. It could be action too, but because it's your actions, your way of communication. Sometimes it's like people can receive it differently. People receive it like criticism. I'm trying to pick it up in the spirit realm, but that kind of like a Virgo, because it's critical as well. I use cards too. See, I can tell you guys that 12th house signature bends for sure. And then Kat says, or in the 12th house. So you guys have that signature, the music, the meditation, the spiritual topics, like you know what I mean, the crystals and gems. What I got on my wrist right now. And I got the clear quartz. I got this clear quartz, the selenite. This one was clear quartz, I believe, but you know what I'm saying? Bang that out today. Yeah, I got gems all over my room. I look around right now, see a sodalite, it's a Zuzi, not a lapis lazuli, labradorite. I have a labradorite right there. I have an obsidian right there. I have a calcite right there. Selenite one right there. I have a blue calcite right there. And go all day. I'm telling you, Chad. And go all day, but it's important. You guys have to curate your environments. Remember, your mind is a magical tool. You have to use it for what it is. Just understand that the box that you're creating for yourself, make sure it resonates and make sure it's a representation of you, your first house. Yeah, Ben, so I could tell from that for sure. Okay, yeah, if you're trying to into your psyche, you have to look at like the Saturn. I help you because you have Saturn in your 12th house. And if you ever go some field of psychic work, readings, etc., make sure to tap me in, holla at me. But I'm gonna give you a gem right now for the both of y'all, Kat. I mean, this is something that you want to both practice and things like that. But the 12th house, you guys have Saturn in there. I don't know if Kat has Saturn in there, but Ben, for you guys that have Saturn in there, you got to develop a routine, structure, foundation towards your psychic ability. You have to prioritize that, because without the prioritize, you're gonna go into more boundaries and restrictions where you feel like you can't express your psychic ability, where you can't express your true spirituality, where you can't express your true tarot card natures. When you talk about tarot cards and things like that, people you're around are like, I don't know. I've seen it all, brother. I've seen it all. Believe, especially me being this color and things like that. I do. Oh my goodness, I've seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. You just gotta learn to. That's the thing. You gotta learn to step Leo instead of like the water. Your water sign, especially because of 12th house. Oh, another gem for you guys. I'm dropping bare gems. Is another signature that's dealing with the subconscious and the collective. Pisces deals with the collective energy. Okay, similar to Aquarius, but it deals with the unconscious. So there's a lot that you think about that you're up that people are. It's not your own thoughts. People with the 12th house, heavy 12th house placements, Sun and things of that nature, Mercury, you're picking up thoughts from the collective. How you have the ability to do readings. If you ever do, give credit where it's due. That's all. That's all. I hope you find the best success for all y'all psychic paths. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all gonna anyone, I'm probably one of the best teachers out there to learn from. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people will sell you on fear. And if you're going into the realm of psychic work, just watch. Just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. There's a lot of people who try to say things out of fear and get you to do things out of fear, get you to come back out of fear. You'll realize me, I'm not like that. I'd rather you go and never come back. That means you actually learned something. I have other ways, like, people aren't here for actual spiritual progress, and that's the problem. Of course, money's important. I run a business. That's it, critical. You know what I'm saying? As a Scorpio, 8th house, royalty income, I got partnerships, I got deals. I work with athletes and clients and actors and things like that. Believe me, I'll be working. My Saturn is the 5th house of Leo. Saturn, see, so because the strongest psychic actual placement is a Neptune in the 12th house, chat. You have Neptune, which is it's gonna sound a little cocky, but that's what I have. But Neptune, it was Uranus and Neptune. Okay, extremely powerful in this house. Extremely powerful. Sometimes Capricorn in a Leo house can play like Capricorn has oddly psychic energy too. You know what I mean? Because like Capricorn is with the Scorpio, how the energy plays out is interesting. Let me catch you with this though. Funny thing is, an issue expressing my creativity side. Perfect, beautiful. You shouldn't, because the 12th house rules Pisces creativity. You guys don't have a problem with creativity. Creativity is easy. It comes easy. It becomes natural for you guys. You should keep doing that, especially with Benz. When you express your creativity and things like that, and you don't feel the same about it, it may get you to feel away now. But that's when you have to step into your own personal power and own personal empowerment and be like, this is for me. I did my art for me. I'm not here to impress you. If you don't resonate with it, then that's okay. Like, that's like me. I make music. I put music out. I have 200 songs on Spotify, on platforms. I don't care. Like, yeah, my team puts music in post, chorus, you hear my voice all the time. I don't care if you're not. I don't care. Like, I make my music for me. If you like it, I love it, and I love you for liking it. But I don't care if you don't like it. It doesn't bother me. I never made it for you. I made it for me. And if you like it, then I love you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best thing I can say, right? Like, but this is why a lot of, like, even musicians lose the thing, because they start listening and taking on from the outside world. Oh, they start listening to their fans, and now they change the sound, and then, oh, they don't have the same, they're not the same, and it's all kinds of shit. Ben said, empaths, facts. Saturn is basically overcoming fear from what restricts you. Exactly, Kat, for sure. I have a page on TikTok, but I'm tapping in. Okay. Ben said you need help. I'm at a roadblock. I feel blocked. I can read for others. But now, Ben's, I'm gonna make sure to reach out to you to give you a reading. I'm gonna make sure to shoot you a DM, and your reading is gonna be a little bit different. Your reading is gonna be a little bit different because we're dealing with what's cool. You said that perfectly, Kat. You said that perfectly. Neptune and Uranus is also in Capricorn in the 5th. Okay, yeah, cool. Yes, Kat, you got some shit. Because now that I'm breaking down to y'all pinpoint, you're going to be your own little astrologer. I'm telling y'all go, yeah! It's funny because I'm an Aquarius rising. I can see the future. Just know that. But listen, without even me being in my ego, I'm not even in my ego. It's just the truth. But Aquarius rising things early a lot of times. We're the and I'm Aquarius Pisces, right? I'm Aquarius rising. I was with Jupiter in the 1st house. So like a lot of things, like I got Jupiter on me, like a lot, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a good energy blessing me. But that's if you know your chart, you know the charts. And a lot of times I don't really get that deep into that. Not too much. But yes, I noted you down, Benz. I'm gonna make sure to reach out and talk to you a little bit about. For you that has your fucking filter. For you that has your Neptune, Uranus in the 5th house, also in Capricorn. Yeah, that's a very. I have to talk. It's a very, like, I have to get a little bit deep with that placement, but it's a very good. So when I reach out, I believe I had you noted. Yeah, I did. So when I reach out to you, I will include. Okay, let me note psychic beside you too. Okay, cool. Because remember, house Leo, house of stage for something to be expressed. Uranus, dream realm, Neptune, spirituality, Neptune, faith, belief, imagination. All of our spiritual superpowers, Neptune, and then we have Uranus, authenticity, uniqueness, your ability to invent, Aquarian energy, speak on the collective energy, and not just that, but set the stage for the collective, and then Capricorn in a practical manner, and then it's cardinal, so you're initiating it, and then because it's Capricorn, you can make money from it, from how you express yourself. just like that naturally. This is how all of our clients end up scaling their business, starting their business, or figuring out the business path that works for them, because they realize what they need to do, or what's the field that can work for them. You see what I'm trying to say? So for you, I can pull out, oh my goodness, when I do your reading, I can have a binder of jobs and work fields for everyone that has certain planets in the houses. Because you have Capricorn there, status, income, earning, you can create a name for yourself from the 5th house. How you your self-expression about what? Neptune, spirituality, faith, belief, imagination. Uranus, being unique, being authentic, setting the stage. Leo, for the collective. Uranus. That's how it works, chat. Like I said, y'all want to work with me one-on-one? Let's get it. Tap in. That's how it is. I'm the most unconfident Leo. Yeah, no, we gonna work on that. We gonna work on that. Of course, in the bottom of my heart. See, I heard that people who have fire sign placements in their Mars, probability people, yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna say, where's my Mars? Oh yeah, no, I have a Mars in Leo, but no, I am not that for sure. But you never know, maybe. Something that I haven't looked into. I'm not gonna lie to you. The community is something. It's not like I'm a gap. Yo, bro. Talk politically correct. Be on YouTube and things like that. Be a good time to cut my YouTube stream. But you see, Mars is already dealing with passion, motivation. I'll tell you the breakdown of why that could be. Because Mars deals with passion, motivation, desire, which is what? Sex. Okay? Me wrong. Leo, the sun, deals with sex too. Y'all get down. Don't think y'all don't get a pass. Y'all doing that. Y'all don't get a pass. But the Mars, it grows that passion, motivation, desire. A lot of times, but you see, the 5th house is the house of pleasure, house of fun. So a lot of times, Leo get down too. Don't think y'all down. But you see, Mars, it makes people overly, and then if they have the fire sign, Mars is already ruled by what? Aries and Scorpio is already intense. So now you're adding fire to the Mars. It's just adding intensity to the fire. Now it's just double fire. It's like what they say, what's the quote? Don't add fire to fire. It's only gonna fuel the fire. People don't think about this stuff. So that's how it plays out elementally. It's exactly the same, right? So it's like fighting fire with fire. It's like you may have so much passion towards your sex life and things like that, you just get lost around who you are. Because I got a lot of that. I feel like it's a lot of the things that we know within the world. I'm gonna try to be politically correct on YouTube and things like that. But a lot of the things we know within the world, things like that, is not just that, but you are confused about where to put your passion, because Mars is the god of war. So a lot of times people will go to war with themselves if they don't understand their sexuality. This is extremely important. You will go to war for yourself based upon your desire, and then that can often has you going to war with your own sexuality. So people with that placement and may end up in there because they're going to war with themselves, and then the passion for certain things just separates them from masses and then puts them in a space spiritually. So it's not like doing it intentionally, but because they're so passionate about certain things that it has to deal with desire, things like that, makes it. Remember that Mars, the god of war, creates separation. So when you have too much passion, you're naturally separating from people. And where else are you going to go when you're in that space of just being overly passionate about sex and things like that? You just fall weirdly into a category like the world made, give names and titles to, and now you are in what we call LG. You know, say. So that's how things really be playing out. But you see, the people who curate. I'm gonna tell you this though. The people who curate these communities and things like that understand exactly what I'm telling you, and understand that certain signs with certain traits are going to gravitate to certain things more or less, and they know what energy to utilize, what energies are going to gravitate to them. This is why that community is also a very, very strong community. This is why when you say things about that community, it's very harsh, very rigid, very upsetting. They get very angry. Why? Mars. A lot of Martians. You have to be careful. Well, not careful, but mindful. Libra, Scorpio, or Aquarius can be gay as well. Rising Aries, Taurus, or Gemini. It depends. Like, at the end of the day, I think it's all people just being confused, Kat. I think people are confused. I think it's less zodiac sign and more hormonal. I think it's less zodiac and more propaganda. That's just my personal opinion. I do understand. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, traits are certain signs can be more on the percentage level to gravitate to certain things, of course. But a lot of time for it to shape an entire person's way of life different. That's not really like a purpose or a mission in life. That's how I know that people who gravitate to certain things, it was curated for them because they don't have anything else to go towards. You trying to see what I'm trying to say? And it's based upon the mass confusion, not knowing and being confused, like not knowing themselves, not knowing their own sexuality, where they feel pulled to, gravitated to. There's a bunch of things that conflict the mind, and that conflicts your sexuality, and then you question yourself. So when you don't know how to look within, oftentimes you look within outwardly, and what happens when you look outwardly, you get cooked sometimes. This world has not many representations to look at. Yeah, so when we get into your chart, we break down some of these, huh? See some of these in your chart. Saturn conjunct Venus is going to be interesting, which I'm going to break down, because you can notice certain restrictions and boundaries and things like that towards your relationships. You may even put certain boundaries and restrictions on the relationships and things like that. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I like, because you a little bit. So when I give you your reading, I'll message you right after this live. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna make sure you get all the information. Make sure I send everything over, and we're gonna lock that in. Every reading, keep in mind, chat, 24 to 72 hours, a day to 3 days, you'll get it delivered. Okay. Whenever confirmation is in, boom, give it 72 hours at least. Okay. For me, if times ever go over 72 hours. Longest it goes towards is maybe 7, like a week, but for the most part we're not that backed up, and we're quick with what we do, so we're efficient. With that being said, today that's a lie. I don't think we'll be posting this one, but Replay Gang will be on YouTube. We will have the edited version up on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Awoken Minds YouTube page. That's our backup channel. We have 2 backup channels, StarWalker TV and Awoken Minds. TV, we post stuff, gaming, behind the scenes, music performances, stuff like that. Awoken Minds is all spiritual, and me is obviously just me talking about certain things and music and stuff like that. Stay updated. So I appreciate you, all you guys from the bottom of my heart. We're gonna keep on trucking. It is 4 a.m. on the East Coast right now. If y'all have any last questions, drop it in the chat, and let's get it. Appreciate you guys being here with me. It's been a good day. Productive. We're going into the Wednesday, and the moon is in Virgo, Mercury day. It's an alignment. It's a good day for communication. So if there's anything that's on your chest that you need to communicate, that you need to say, that you need to speak, do it today. Don't wait. This is a good energy. It's in your favor. It'll play out better if you did it today. Okay? Keep that in mind. Shout out to the Rumble family. Shout out to the YouTube family watching on Rumble and YouTube. First 20 minutes of our live, we got ourselves muted, but it's all good. We gonna make sure get the full version unedited. Benz, I appreciate you. The bottom. My mom and dad are my birth chart. I'm a Leo sun in the 12th house, Pisces. Yeah, cat for sure. I'm glad you caught that, because I say it all the time. Astrology plays out within our family. It's like a study that I started. I started at one point in my life, and I was like, you know what? I'm starting to see a pattern within readings. I'm starting to see a pattern within family, like parents and their children. It doesn't necessarily dictate the spirit that embodies that kid or that child, whatever the case may be. Maybe from a totally different spiritual group and things like that. Could have just been an intelligent spirit floating around at that time in that space when you were born, and all of a sudden you were like, oh look, that'll be my mom and dad now, cool. But you could have been from a totally different spiritual space, spiritual race. You could have totally different knowledge. You could see things totally different than your parents. Maybe not, but that'll show you whether your family is your family or your family is like a different group of spirits and things like that. It's a different topic, but yeah, with that being said, it is a trait that I've noticed. Your zodiac energy does play out within your children's chart and things like that, which is important. If you do things at the wrong time, you can pass certain things down and karmic energies down to your kids and children and things like that. Critically important, right? Certain traumas and things like that. If you're in Chinese astrology, you have a child during your enemy year and things like that. That may play out terribly. Certain things. And my dad's a preacher. That's crazy. Yeah. If he has some, I believe it was the Pisces. Let me see if he has the Pisces. Okay, your dad is the Pisces for sure. See, so the Pisces, remember, faith, belief, imagination. So the Pisces is always going to have something connected to faith, belief, imagination. Probably really could it be, and then based upon that generation, probably religion. That's how it plays out with Pisces a lot of time. Based upon that religion, it's based upon that generation. It's usually the religion. They're usually very religious and things like that, very faithful and things like that. A little bit deeper than Sag, because both have the ruled by Jupiter, but Pisces got the Neptune, so it goes underneath a little bit. That's what's cool. It really needs the faith. It's unseen. Sag is more like seen faith and belief, based upon experience, like we go through. But you have to have the Pisces first. At least in my eyes, you have to have the unseen belief before you experience the actual thing. So for me, that's how I look at it, spiritually speaking. I look at it from the spiritual first and then physical. A lot of people will say, you know, spiritual. I don't look at it that way. I think it's backwards. I think a lot of teachers that teach like that type of way it's backwards. And they're not going to give good, like true actual lessons or true game teaching like that because they're teaching backwards. So a lot of the things they're going to say, they're going to be like, yeah, that's how it is. Because remember, Pisces delusion is in their own world. So remember that Pisces oftentimes are going to create their own world based upon their own faith imagination. And that's unique to them. Like in their world, that they care to connect with you in your world because they're in their own world. You see what I'm trying to say? That's the hard thing about like what I love. As a water sign, extremely attracted to Pisces. Oh my goodness, but they don't care because they're actually immersed in the world that they're in. So unless you're meeting a Piscean and your worlds meet and your worlds align, and they don't collide, that's when a Pisces can feel like they can go like with you. Without that, and they don't feel like you're a part of their world, then they may not feel like they can go deep with you, and then that's where, you know, don't do shit with you. Or it'll always seem odd, like, this person like me, but they don't really like me. Like, that's how it is. Like, but it's like, how you friendly, but you weird friendly, though. Like, it's like that. It's like that. Like, kind of has that, but Scorpio is more intense, because you'll see whether a Scorpio likes you or not, based upon their tone and, like, how he's talk to you, because they have Mars. So, like, it's different. But Pisces be like, happy-go-lucky, you know, you regular, and like they don't like you. I'm like, yo, what? That's crazy. Just be funny. Yeah, sure. And that's the thing. Certain charts are gonna have certain stronger energies, which is funny. I think your mom said you had the Aries, right? So like there are certain energies that play out differently with the kids. So I feel like depending how many kids you have, like his energy will probably obviously you may have siblings. His energy is probably within one of your siblings more than you. You know, you probably can look to that one sibling, like, my son, that's my daughter. And then he can look at one, like, that's more the mom, like, which is going to be, it's a crazy experience. I can only imagine, like, myself. I don't have kids yet, but the fatherhood is going to be lovely. Like, me seeing a lot of shit. I have a lot of things, like, in my mind. I have a lot of things already planned. I have a lot of things, you know, I have names in mind. I have, like, in mind, like, cool. It's going to be cool. And Scorpio, I go deep in my shit. So for me, it's just, I like this. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, fiery energy is crazy. So a lot of times you see it. A lot of like one child won't have like maybe the first. I'll say the first. They'll have the energy of the strongest maybe parent. The genes. Like let's say genes. I have a few. That's like signatures from the planetary energies as well. That are more dominant. You know what I'm saying in the spirit. So the more dominant energy will go towards the kid. Whatever kid comes first, etc. But like I have more of my mom's. I'm a middle child. I have more of my mom's energy than I say my older brother does. See what I'm trying to say? I also haven't met my older brother's dad and things like that, so I'm not sure how his dad is and things like that. So it's different. So, and my younger brother has a lot of his dad's energy and things like that. And me, that is an air sign. My dad is a Gemini. So I have a Gemini 5th house, which is my house of expression, which is funny because I feel like I learned to communicate a lot from my dad in terms of just the ability to talk, because he always was the one to like sit down and communicate healthy with me as a Gemini representation. You know what I mean? So like he helped strengthen my communication, which is my 5th house, which is the house of Leo, my mother, and he helped me formulate that and structure it. My dad, my father, and they came together for me to be this. Funny as I break it down, but it is really real, Chad, for sure. I'm his Aries Sun, Gemini Moon, Cancer Rising. Yeah. See, I don't have my dad doesn't know his birth time. I have his generic chart, but I have his generic chart somewhere, his noon chart. I gotta find it. I gotta pull it up again. But I'm not sure I don't remember. I do know it, but I don't remember his rising and moon. I know my mom is a Virgo rising and Leo Sun, and I believe she a Leo Moon as well. That's where I get my Leo North Node from, and then square, because she's a fixated Sun and Moon. I'm a fixated Sun and Moon, so we just square each other. So a lot of times the modalities play out like that as well. So the cardinal and things like that. I believe you said you had the Aries signature. That plays out from the Cancer. If you have any mutable in any of your siblings, that'll play out from your mom as well, because the Gemini, etc. Right? So that's how you can see it connected with your other siblings, because your other siblings could have cardinal and could have mutable in there as well, because your mom's Cancer rising, Gemini moon, right? So that's how, with my dad being a Gemini mutable air, my mom being a fire sign, I'm dominant mutable fire in my dominant inner planets, which is funny, right? How that plays out, because fire, my mother, and then mutable, my father, coming together and that's dominant internally. You can't make it up. You know what I mean? I'm a fixed north node and south node Aquarius, north node, Leo, south node. See? Told you. So like, I tell people, a lot of Leo sun signs, you gotta look at your north node is extremely important. Because I'm always asking, yo, you're a Leo. Nah, bro. Most Leos wouldn't even run, like, most Leos wouldn't do what I'm doing right now on this page. Like that. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, because most of the Leo energy is considered for the, not here to teach, they're not here to provide that. It's attention, the see me, the limelight is like, oh, look at me. You see what I'm trying to say? A lot of the people who run these pages that may be Leos, they don't have that same north node. So they're not on the page trying to thrive. Everyone's thriving to do something differently. So when you look at, it's not about what people are and then things like that, because it's how they thrive to be. Because they can be a Leo, but it can be extremely different to how they express themselves around you based upon what their node is. How they communicate towards you, how they show up in the world can be totally different. And that's the thing, because the Leo self node, the Leo self node, you're used to, like, see, that's the thing, because that, and most of the time that's how it is. But for me, the Aquarian self node and North, first and seventh. But you see, so your sun and self node is like, yeah, you have the same houses, yeah. So the self node too is on your sun. So see, if my self node was on my sun, I'd have to use my Scorpio energy a little different, because I'd already be too used to going deep. I'd have to not go as deep. You see what I'm trying to say? I'd have to get used to staying more surface level, because I'm too used to going deep and like deep or falling under the surface. And I'm trying to say, but I don't have my self node there. I have my self node in Aquarius, so it's and my north node in Leo. So it's being around the wrong people, the wrong networks and associations, and being guilty by association for no reason. Don't do that. Stand out. Be your own thing. Be your own lion. Have your own courage. Set the stage for your own way of expression, and that's going to cultivate my own relationships, business contracts, partnerships. That's just my seventh house. So relations. This is why I'm here relating with y'all. Energy in my chart. See, I want to touch on you. So for the Leo self node, a lot of times you expressing yourself and setting the stage for certain things to be seen. It's not about that. It's actually not about you being seen at all, and things like that, right? Actually about you connecting with the right network and associations, and that's what's going to give you the right information. So because Leo's your self node, you don't really want to do that. That's uncomfortable for you. It's your opposite energy. You're more focused on your individual. Oh, it's me. I want to be seen. This is you focus on me. And you can notice this in your life, but the energy you should be gravitating towards is who don't know, who's good for my associations, who network can I connect to, and who new information do I need to be privy to, just like information from this live like this. This is technically your Aquarian, your North Node energy, especially me being an Aquarius rising, directly talking to you. You see what I'm trying to say? So this is how I, as a reference of me, help you go towards your North Node, because I am someone who can be comfortable with to say, oh, I see what he means. Boom. That's that. We're doing it in real time. Shit funny as hell. Very mutable energy in my chart. I have Jupiter, Gemini, and yeah, so we're gonna break that down when I do your reading. Very little mutable. Okay. Baba said, what do you know about April 6th energy? Damn, Aries. Who is it for? You need a reading? Just tap in. Let me know. I'll make sure to write you down. I have a long list of people I gotta reach out to after this live. So it's getting late here, chat. So we're gonna be done. We're gonna be off this in like 5 minutes. We're gonna play a little outro track, and that's it. I definitely understand that. Good. Second of Aries, Sun, Robot, Leo influence. I appreciate you. Is that a good thing? Hey, good and it's you know what I mean? We can play out good and bad energy. Like all of energies can be played out as good and bad. Higher octave and lower octave, for sure. As an Aries, he's a strong leader, and he's focused on him. Aries is already focused on one, okay? Aries is the individual last energy. They are dolo, they want to be alone, they don't really fuck with too many people anyway. Next thing you know, Aries small, and then boom, they're ruled by Leo. So now it's double individuality. So now they have Leo. So now they're expressing about how they want to be around no one. You know, a lot of that. Like they can like quiet, not quiet, but alone individuals. Miss Cole, I guess I'm weird Leo because I'm always explaining. Oh, it's okay. It's looking for an explanation. That's okay. Miss Ray Cole, appreciate you tapping in. They're neighbor signs. It could be. Virgo is just critical. So if a Virgo doesn't understand or have some form of organization or routine, it's gonna be cooked. Best thing I can tell you. At least right now, because we at the end of our live chat. Sorry. It's funny because at these times, I'm like, oh, it's funny. My heart feels, because this is what I love to do. So every time I can be on here, guys, all day. I can. I just know. YouTube is MC333 chat. Make sure y'all go check it out. You'll see my other pages on there. We're about to hit 12K on our YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go check that out on YouTube. I'll keep it pinned for now. MC333 everywhere, all platforms, music, readings and stuff. If you go to the YouTube, you'll see all the links and cool stuff there. Do you charge for readings? And that is true. I do charge for readings, Babs. I'm not gonna lie. That is true. I do run a business here. Our live for readings, when we do these lives, are 50. So that and above. The 50 deal is great. We've done a bunch. I got a bunch to reach out for. If you do decide to get it after or off the live stream, which we have different readings, okay? So the breakdown that we do for you guys, it's 50 for the live deal. If you were to buy it, you can contribute completely transparent over the next 2 minutes. If you were to buy it on the link in bio, etc., it will cost you what is it, $70? So $20. You guys get like what, 40, 30% of things like that on the live. And that's for the astrological breakdowns. We have different type of readings. We have his and hers, where we talk about relationship readings, what you're dealing with, and a little bit of their perspective, which is a big one. Those ones start at 100. We have combination readings, where we do astrological readings, and we also do tarot readings. Those start at 200. Right? So we have emergency oracles, where there's 1 hour turnaround times. Those start at 199, so 200 as well. Where people need up for emergencies, and they want it within an hour. So those at 200 for sure. And then there's psychic investigation to work with me one-on-one for a year, which is high ticket. If you really want to know, I can say, but I don't really have to say and things like that. If you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, then let me know. But yes, we can make sure to write you down, and we'll reach out to you afterwards. BABSISLOLE. Perfect. There's 2 L's on there. Yes, it is. I'm not mistaken. Perfect. So I'll make sure to reach out with all the information, payment details, and all the good stuff, Chad. It's going to be an interesting Mercury day tomorrow. We have to, which is good. I think it's going to be a good day to do it tomorrow. We're going to be painting. We got to paint the loft, so we got to move all the couches and stuff like that. We in the studio right now, so it's not just, we not nothing here. I'm not doing nothing in this room. Outside the loft and where our room is and things like that. It's going to be cool. Okay, no, 100%. I'll definitely do that. And in terms of, I appreciate you. We'll definitely do that and get some clarity on where you're in the right direction. Always been Lilith. Leo and Virgo is good. Like I said, their neighbors play out very, relatively, just like kind of I've noticed that plays out good. Capricorn, Sag, I noticed there's a gravitation there. Scorpio, Sag, definitely a gravitation there. Less Libra, Virgo. I've seen relationships, friendships there and stuff like that. So it really depends on the individual. I can show you what the match will look like. I can show you, if you're here, I can do an actual, nope, you're not here, so it's okay. Move on. That's good. I don't waste no time, Chad. We at the end, 4:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Virgo is pretty cool. Yeah, no. He's yo, brother, if he was still here, I actually pulled out my compatibility chart, and I would have let him know. You know what I'm trying to say? Because some people take information, cat, and they have to kind of be, because people will take it and be like, yo, he said it was a bad, and I'm gonna, and they just cook their relationship, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be that guy. Then they big bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, fuck, gotta be careful. But that's one thing to learn. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you when it comes to reading and things like that, and when you give advice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Rest of Virgo, we get along great. Can't too much stand my male Virgos. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, see, I don't know any male Virgos, but my female Virgos, yeah, I'm fucking with you. I like Aries, Sag, Leo, Scorpio energy. Yup, bitch. Libra and Leo. Dragon, Libra can be very good because Libra can be level-headed, and it helps Leo look at their emotions a little bit better. So that can be good, you see. But the initiation, let me see, because you guys are now asking for some compatibility. Yeah, I'm gonna school minutes. If I find this page, if I don't find this page, chat, I'm going for 2. That's it. Because I gotta DM a lot of people about the readings afterwards and information. I want to make sure you guys get everything tonight. I may not respond back to you guys tonight. That's fine. Just make sure everything is good. I'm gonna make sure you get the information. If I don't respond, that's fine. You'll get a response from me or the team sometime. No, you'll get a response from me. A little bit later. I'm like rose and things like that. From the ashes and dust to dust, and I'm rising like the phoenix in the morning in the sunrise. That's how you'll get an answer. You know what I'm saying? Patient with me, because it's 4:30 on the east right now. I'm gonna get my rest. I said I'm gonna eat some food. I gotta do some yoga, and then I'm gonna wind down, get some sleep. Y'all bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all readings. I'll make sure tomorrow we good. We're gonna send them all out. Just keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for your email, things like that. Keep an eye out for your DMs. Whoever pays, things like that first, that y'all will get the first delivery. So that's how it goes. Let me see. Let me check. This book, I'm not really flipping for too long. Let me see if I have it bookmarked, because I'm not trying to be looking at. So I'd be studying, but I don't like to be pulling books when I'm live. I feel like it takes too long to find. Okay, cool. Man. But when it went into that, Bob, I will see you in the DM, because that for sure, that's the side of work, 100%. But not everyone like, yeah, everyone like y'all. That's a crazy thing. Aries get along with everyone, but not everyone like y'all. But it's different, because it's like, I get along, like how they did. Now that you say that, that's crazy. Because it's like how it is different though. It's not like they may get along with everyone, but they may not. It's like they Scorpio, that difference with Mars, because they don't everyone know. They get along with everyone, but they don't like everyone. All right, chat. Let me pin up here. What are we looking at? Leo. Okay, 47. Look, whoa! I just flipped to it. Fuck. Okay, right here. Hold on. Yes. All right. Someone asked. Peachy said, hey, W. I actually rate you. You're actually the realest person ever. Actually, a real one. Like, I swear. Leo and like W. The fact you can even be in alive and fall asleep like that, like, it shows the level of safe space we're in, chat. Y'all don't even realize. Like that shit. Good shit. You over here sleeping, getting downloads. Okay, Libra, like, according to this chart right here, I have a compatibility chart, chart right here, okay? Libra is now pointed to y'all. Right here, see the heart bar? 5 out of 10, so it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, and I say that to say, it's one's fixed, one's cardinal. Look, it's not bouncy, like, mutable, and like that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's like you don't, 100%. You don't care if you liked or not. But it's a Scorpio thing, too. It's that's where I see the Aries and they do it differently. See, the Scorpio will cut that shit off. Like, I don't fuck with you if you don't like me. The Aries will act like they like you and in a certain distance. It's interesting, but I don't like that as a Scorpio. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. Like that's because I see the difference. So. But I understand as an astrologer, because they're opposing Libra, which is what? Cardinal air, relationships. So them acting cool or whatever the case may be maintains their relationships. See, Scorpio on the other hand don't care about their relationships. Like they'll cut that's the thing. Like they're wrong, they care about the relationships, but they'll cut cords if they see fake shit. They see through fake. That's the difference. So me, I'm gonna just trash my head a little bit now that I said that out loud. But yeah, it's cool, interesting. It's cool to see because they're both ruled by Mars. Like that's Ben said signs are left for you to choose from. I'm dying. Rita said from Madrid. Hey Rita, I appreciate you tapping in. W Madrid. I like that, man. Good stuff. How's it out there? How's the weather? How's the information? How's the energy? Yeah, for sure. I have a very interesting schedule. I'm living in India on the East Coast, which is funny because that's chat. You gonna see me one day in fucking Costa Rica's on the radar, Bali's on the radar, Indonesia, Thailand, certain areas, India is on the radar, but Asia is a huge calling to me. So I'm not gonna be surprised y'all see me over there one of these days. But my schedule is aligned with like the Eastern, and it's just interesting. The Eastern as in that area, as in East Coast, because I am in the East Coast. So it's Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, schedule is. I have a flexible life, so it's just different for me. It's not for a lot of people to see. And I don't have a normal life, so that's how it be. Alright, Leo. Yeah, that's the thing. For me, I don't the surface level acting like you like someone to maintain a relationship. Like I think it's fake as a Scorpio. That's just me though. Like I can see why you say that, but when you say Scorpios are liars, to me that's just vague. You have your own reasoning to why you say that, which of course I'm not going to judge you. That's fine, but I don't see that. Like I don't do that for myself. But I see why the Aries could be friends for sure, based upon intensity. I can see why the Scorpio and Aries could be friends as well based upon intensity, but because they do things differently in that mannerism, that's what's going to throw it off. And I know, and I have an Aries brother. But like I said, that he won't say. Like, the to go deep, they don't have, like, the Scorpio. Like, you can, but if the Aries isn't actually communicating whether they like you or not, or they're just off weird energy, then that's just weird. That's a lie. But any sign can do it. As an astrologer, I'm not gonna be biased because I see the traits play out from people, even family, from friends, etc. You do too. But because of the intensity, and I have but my friend is in Aries. We date, you know what I mean? But that's with certain Aries who are less evolved, like I said, my little bro. We don't talk. He doesn't have that dynamic. He's more uncomfortable, and that's based upon his upbringing and things like that. So he'll like that. Then that's what I mean. So it just depends. See, the spirit is different. When we're spirits in our body, is different. You know what I'm saying? Why do people call us Leo, lion-ass Leos? Like yeah, that's the thing. So like no, for sure. That's see, like you said, Kat. Just like you said right there, you already have a tough time opening up. That's all the signs. Scorpio deals with the same thing. Aquarius deals with the same thing. Taurus deals with the same thing in different ways. So you guys all experience. Don't think a Scorpio, like y'all, that it's funny because y'all will be like against this and that's like that. You'll notice they have the worst or best experience with or whatever. But y'all don't realize that you're experiencing the same thing. That's why it's the best or worst experiences. But if you understood that, then you guys can go through things better together. It's better together. Because y'all have different perspectives on how you do things. So when you can bounce that back and forth, oh my goodness, Chad, it becomes crazy. Believe me, I've seen it. As an astrologer, I've seen people in their higher octave energies. Even me as an opposite, Taurus, to me, like, is crazy. Or what? It just depends, right? Belgrade, Serbia, shit. Nice, Dragon. I want to be nocturnal. Yeah, no, for sure be up all night like a lion. Yeah, that's me, bro. Like, you know, it's like my Leo North node. I'm a Scorpio too, so nighttime is where I thrive. Like, I love the night. Nighttime I have more clarity. Nighttime is when I do readings. Nighttime is where I have music, which is crazy because like I gotta eat, and then I'm still thinking, wow, I want to make a track. I should probably still do some music, and then I'm thinking, wait, no, I gotta shower, and I'm thinking, wait, what about painting tomorrow? Mind of me, chat. That's the mind of me. That's the mind of me. Neither. Like, get the fuck out of my face. See? Yeah, Peachy. I'm telling you. Like, that's what right? Like, how you gonna act like you like me but don't like me? That's weird. I don't know. Like, I don't. But I can't even see it. Like, even if I try to justify it, I can understand because we're all different as spirits in a body. We all have ways of justifying things. But to me, it's like it's not. No. And with the Capricorn, yeah, the Capricorn do it a little different. As a Leo, I don't like someone they're going to know. I'm gonna come to the face. Yep. Madrid. The energy is a bit heavy. Living there. Okay. Over there in Madrid, in terms of like, no, things are probably better over there, man. Western world over here is cooked. Shout out to Madrid. Food great over there, weather and stuff. Well, at least it's cold. It's a little cold, but okay. Yeah, no, I have a bro. One of my best friends in Aries. Grew up with like one of my homies. Oh my, yo, he rides for me. Like this guy, Aries, what? He knows I'm a Scorpio. He reps 333, puts it in his bio, got it tatted. Like, he rides. Like, I'm like, real ass nigga. Like, he told me went to the casino one time, and he was there, and he used, like, because I showed the spiritual aspect of life, you know what I mean? Like, going deeper. He was in the casino, and he said, bro, they told me to pick a number, and I just threw 333. Like, I said 333, and the prize. And he'd be like, bro, as soon as he did that, he called me. He's like, yo, Fab, like, yo, I use numbers. Like, I used the 3, and I won. I'm like, yo, brother. I was like, yo, no way. It was crazy. I'm Leo interested in someone that is Aries. I'm not sure if it works. Yeah, the Aries could work. The Aries could work. You see, like, the fire signs get along with these, trying each other and things like that. Fire signs get along. That's okay. Like, water signs get along, fire signs get along. It's just, when it gets too harmonious, it can seem manipulative. So that's the only thing. Like, when there's two, like, similar energies, like, you past you. You know what I mean? And you don't look, you don't address it. That's the thing with trines. That's why a lot of the relationships, if you read a lot of astrology books, hear a lot of astrologers talk, to say your relationships, best spouses are squares or oppositions, because it keeps you on edge. Trust me. I have a, speaking of mine, I have a, where's my, one is in Sag, and then I have a more, my Mars in Leo, Sag, Virgo, so you know that. Always organizing, like, I'm always thinking about my schedule and about my schedule. that's the show, man. Fuck, sure. Yeah, they're not at all. Right, Miss Racole? Right, Racole. That's not pure. Right? Someone tell me, like, yeah, right? Right? Nah, not pure, gang. That's not pure. You don't be around someone that you don't like and you act like you like them. That's not pure. So I don't care. Nah. Because that you don't. That's just you not knowing yourself. You're not true. That's not true. You gotta stand in your truth. That's why, nah, bro. I'm not. If I don't like someone, I'm cutting them off. I'm not worried about. Oh, maybe I'll use them in the future for my relationship for resources. Libra energy. No, we're not shaking hands in the future if you don't like me. What are you trying to do? You see what I'm trying? No, I see right through that shit. Oh yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Aries though. They strong. They good dynamic. Yeah, nah. He won that. I'm like, damn. Here you autocorrect. Yup. Trust. Why, you know, I've seen it. It's like passive. Even with like siblings, and that's why I say like passive. I have siblings of all. Like I have a Leo sibling, I got a Capricorn, I got an Aries. You know what I mean? I got a Leo mother. Like I see it. Air sign father. Many different times I see it play out in different ways. The Leo has been more gravitating towards me and things like that compared to the Aries. But see, the Aries play out like they already what I got going on, but they don't. The Leo will be like watch from a distance and then check in like, yo fam, I need advice. Aries won't check in about the advice. They don't want to go deep. That's what I noticed. So like, which makes, because obviously first house Aries, house of self, and then 8th house of the mystery. I feel you. Next we'll do some number talk and things like that. I hate it with passion, you know. Yeah, they do nothing. Right. Exactly. So that's how I am. Like if I die, I just cut it off because I see through it. We don't need to act like we're friends for nothing. Like if you don't like me, then we like that's fine. Like you don't need to act like you do. Like that's fake. Like that surface level shit that I think is fake. It's like act. You know what I mean? And I don't. As for me, it's like, and they it's a cardinal, so it's like. It's whole image. Remember, Capricorn it's in a square Capricorn, so they're learning from their Capricorn energy. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like they're Assad, and what is Capricorn in tarot? The devil. Ain't no one gonna tell me that shit's true. Like ain't nobody. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, real shit. Real nobody. Like ain't nobody gonna tell me that's true. This is why we can see us Scorpios see it, and they get mad at that. Because we see through the veil and we showed up with good energy and then they want to come at us as if we're toxic. No, we bullshit and we said bye. That's what it is. And the thing is, sometimes we won't make a fuss out of it. I don't need to be loud. I don't need to be extra. It's just, oh, okay, I see what it is. That's family and they act like that. Oh, all right, bye. You know, like I'm with you, like I'm with you. It's not bye, family. It's my love. I love you, but it's like, bro, It's not authentic. I spend time to go deep with myself. I'm talking to you. I'm engaged. I'm trying to give you game and things, and then you looking at me weird. Nah, that's weird. And remember, so they're gonna learn from Capricorn. They're gonna uphold certain things. And what is Capricorn? Surface level, Earth, cardinal, right? So it's just the image, the status. That's what they're focused on. So they're learning. Remember, card sign learns from their others. Just like how y'all Leo learn from the Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, right here, playing out real time. And then the Aquarius and the Taurus. Even if you're not directly learning from those people, you're learning the energies. How to be more stable, the Taurus and things like that. How to be more bullheaded and be more rigid. You know what I mean? Like that thing. Cardinal signs do the same thing, but with cardinal signs. So, but with they're learning from Libra energy. They're learning from the relationships. They're learning from the people that have status in their life, aka me, because I have status in the people looking at me like the ones that have status as the representation, and they use that as their own fuel in life. You see what I'm trying to say? That's how it plays out, chat. They're learning from the Capricorn, so they'll learn from the image. They'll learn from other people's image. That's where they learn from. They'll do and see what people uphold as images. Oh, that's a cool image. That's a cool status. A cool character. I can learn from that as the Aries, right? They're gonna learn from their relationships. Okay, I know that's what it is. I know from I can't do that with this person. I can't do that with myself. I can't put myself through that shit because or the Libra energy. I need to I step up or initiate a relationship that's good for me. So I need to talk. I need to do more communication instead of just acting on my passion, motivation, desires, and that leads me to separation because Mars is the god of war. So if I don't know how to go deep and I don't know how to connect with my emotion, I'm going to end up separating naturally because I embody the god of war. This is how it plays out, chat. So Libra, like Aries, always from Libra energy, their opposite energy, their ability to relate. And this is why their ability to relate will be harder for them to relate, which is why, like I'm telling you right now, that is fake. And they don't know that because Libra is their opposite sign. Their ability to relate, relationships. So they learn about relationships because they're so bold. First house, one self-oriented. Get what I'm trying to say? Y'all, let me know if y'all get what I'm trying to say because the rules of first house. Remember that. So they're to relate, which is why it can fake, which is why I understand it as an astrologer. I'm looking at my family or certain siblings like, oh, you're an asshole, and things like that, because I know better. When you know better, you do better. So I can show up for him and I can initiate the conversations. I can say, bro, is there something you want to talk about? Like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm trying to say? And then he can see it and be like, oh, okay. And he react and respond in his own way. You got to give people their own way to react and respond. If you're not at that level spiritually, then you can only expect crash outs and fights and things like that. Yes, exactly. Cardinal energy, right? So like a lot of times you're gonna learn like a lot, whether you have the Aries and things like that, you're gonna learn a lot from your son based upon how he relates to people, how he develops the diplomacy, right? So I'm not sure exactly. So his ability to talk to you, that's the Libra energy. That's what Aries lacks. So a lot of times you have to look towards the opposite energy to learn, to ascend yourself. This is the whole idea beyond astrology. It's not, oh, I'm an Aries, that's all I need to know. Bro, that's like bro, you know you're gonna go down the drain, that put that on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Chat, I ain't gonna end on that note. That is extremely important for sure. So remember that every sign is gonna do that. Every modality. The cardinal, the fixed, the mutable. The Sagittarius are learning like that from the Virgos and the Geminis. Don't think they're not. Same with Gemini. Gemini is learning from Virgo to be more organized, to be more routine. Don't think they're not, because they're airheaded. Air! So that happens. It's hard to get grounded, so they need to learn how to be grounded. He's here but still guiding. He's not here but still guiding me. See? Exactly. And that's how it works. You know, with Scorpio, you went deep enough for him to even come up. Scorpio, mystery, house of transformation, house of death. And now what? Transformation occurs. Transformation, and that's really good, because that's how it is. His ability to relate, all right? Because that's masculine. It's ruled by Venus, so which is feminine. But yeah, it gives him being a guy. He's a very good representation because he can assert his diplomacy, but because he's ruled by Venus, he has the ability to receive, so he can still be a good listener. Which is why the Libra energy is great. It deals with the judge in the court system. It deals with lawyers. It deals with people who are good talkers. Gemini. So the Gemini is going to learn from the mutable signs, the Sagittarius, the Virgos, and the Pisces. Simple. That's how it works. So if you have that, if you're sign mutable, they're going to learn from you. You're going to catch you and be like, oh, that's how my mom moves. That's how my dad moves. I'm going to learn from that. That's how it's going to be. From you directly that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for my big three, Aquarius, Pisces, and double Scorpio, I have no one that embodies that energy directly. So I'm looking at them as my parents as a learning thing to take away from them. Like, oh, I take that from them and implement it. No. You have to understand what you're learning from and taking away from. Because if I took that from my parents, it has nothing to do with me. You see what I'm trying to say? That's the thing, Babs. We think. But I'm not saying you're not. You will. You're only gonna get better. Like, the more we see signs and the more, you know, energy, I'm gonna give you some insight to pre-gear up that okay, based upon moon and pick up certain things, because everyone will differently based upon certain energies that they embody. She calls me a therapist. Yep. My dad now. Me how to communicate when I was a kid. My dad a Gemini. Now my dad called me like, yo brother, yo son, I need my dad called me like, yo son, where you at? I'm like, bro, gang, like, I'm on a Zoom call. My dad's like, yeah, I'm just gonna check in. I'm like, bro, talking. Gemini talking, you know what I'm saying? It's Gemini talking and shit, you know? But that me. So when I can get to talking as a Scorpio, the only things I like to talk about is the things that I'm comfortable and want to go deep with. Besides that, I ain't talking about shit. You know what I'm saying? Off camera, you're a peep. I'm a quiet individual. Unless I'm comfortable around you. 444, the chat. If I'm comfortable around you, then I'm gonna talk like this. But if I don't know you and things like that, I'm coming around you or I'm looking at you like, chow this nigga. Like, I'm cool. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to find out more about you. Like, I'm cool. If you fuck with me, I see some cool energy. Like, alright. You know, like, it's on me and who gravitates towards me that I can look at that as a representation, because I know my energy. I ain't looking to be joining no forces with nobody and be yo and things like that. No, which is what my Aquarius self knows. I have to be more Leo. Be more by myself. So like when people try to click up or people try to click up with me, I'm like, bro, you out of here. You know, just taking sauce and taking information from me and giving no credit where credit's due. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because people like to use energy. So for me, I'm like, nah, steer with that. Yeah, no, for sure. That's another thing, Peachy. Like, bro, like women guidance and men need guidance, and it's just more leaders. You know, feminism and like that. All these societal things have created a lot of pressure on society. Men, they ain't showing up the way they need to. The economy's on the brink of collapse and things like that, like different places. A lot of things is changing right now. We're in a very critical society, a critical change, which is very mutable. It's a very mutable time. You know, so like ability to adapt right now is critical. And then you know, value in the world is becoming even more important. People are more critical on where they want to spend. People are more critical on what they want to indulge in and things like that. So, you know, whatever, you have to provide value. You have to show up and be real, be authentic, or else why would people want to give you $1? It's just that simple. So like, and it's only going to get kind of tougher moving forward and things like that, which is, you know, why like everyone's, you know, the sooner something the better. Is why I'm like, you know, at the time, if you have a vision, if you have a idea, like, just execute. Like, the faster you can try and the faster you start and fail something, the more you'll have to learn and try again, you know. And then one day, and then one time you won't fail. You take off, right? Real. Cat, yeah, me thing. I spent a lot of my life, chat, being not just that, but to the choir, you know, dead eatings like that. So there's a lot that I don't do anymore, which is why that, you know, even on here sometimes people just. When I notice spicy energy that people aren't respectable, bro, I get at them. I'm like, yo, don't come in my chat talking hella hot and things like that. Come on, yo, read me, nigga. Like, no. Like, come in here and ask me to read you like that. No. I don't even, like, what do you think this is? Like, it's funny. I have something in my mind as a vision. You see it happening. Right, so, like, what that is, like, whatever you have in mind as a vision, something you want to start, something you want to bring to the world. That's important. As soon as whatever idea and things sitting in the back, like, just try it, start it. And I'm happy to help you guys to see how best you can do that based upon your astrological chart. That's what we do. So whatever idea you have, make sure to DM it to me. And then I'm gonna move forward with that for sure. Don't share too much of the vision right now in the chat. DM it to me and let me know what we'll talk about the idea you have in mind at that point. I like to tell people, when you're seeding an idea, or when you're planting a seed within the world, hone in and treat it like a sacred child. Of course, from the bottom. Right. Good advice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that is what I'm gonna say too when what the idea is. You know, I don't share too much on here with the idea, but for those who have ideas, yeah, 100%. All about execution and having a starting point and how to execute on it. So a lot of times that's what we'll provide is the starting point on how to actually go about it. And yeah, how would you do that? So guys, it's been a hell. You know what? It's been a heaven. We're gonna read that whole spell right there. This has been a heavenly ass live, and let's keep. You know, midweek just was great. I always say I'll check in on Sundays and things like that. You know, day on, but never really works out, which makes sense because I currently my client calls all on Sunday. So right now it's just it kind of gets already talking a lot. So at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, during the week I do it Monday or something, but Wednesdays are good. I like the other great day, good day to communicate and good day to talk and stuff like that. So yes, we'll be back again soon, possibly for the weekend, and we'll talk a little bit about the transition period. We still have a couple more. We're still halfway through. We're only halfway through Aquarius season, so we still have a little bit to go for Aqua. So y'all are gonna still be in your opposing energies for a little bit. Remember, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are here. For those looking for better ways of communication, you have to just focus on authenticity and communicating what's right towards you. Aquarius is a very unique energy. Same with Venus. If you're looking for relationships or to attract the right relationships, how can you show up and be authentic to you? How can you relate to someone in a manner that you know is healthy for you? Period. Your communication as well. So make sure if you go on dates around this time, because you can go on dates around this time, stumble into new people, places, you know, new things like that. So to do that, because it's Aquarius, so it's new networks and new associations, and you're gonna feel the collective's gonna feel more comfortable to do it right now, because the Mercury and Venus are here, and everyone's passions are here. So a lot of times, and then event too is an end where you can like meet someone, vibe with them at an authentic level, and then be mindful because you can stumble on into some sex. Be completely transparent. Mars is here; it's 9 degrees, so you'll have some wisdom and things like that, and some experience behind the relationships. A lot of times that'll get you aroused, and yeah, be back. Make sure that's something you're doing. It's with a party that you want to move forward with in terms of that, you know, shout Venus and things like that. So that's going to play out with everything in Aquarius right now. Mars, Venus, Mercury. I give y'all that to take off with, okay? And so 22 degrees in Aquarius, very, very open to relatability. It's a very good dating energy. I would say if you got anything in mind to be like, yo, I had this person that I kind of, that was actually a good time to do it. I'm not going to lie. And make sure you be yourself. Don't try to fit in, which is cool. Now is a good time to be a Leo and be you, because that'll be reciprocated more. People are going to resonate with that a little bit more. And then your ability to network, because it's it's gonna feel awkward, because you're gonna be like, oh, I don't really want to go in those spaces, because it's a bunch of opposite energy from my Leo specifically. Okay, but it's a good energy to kind of get. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's very normal. That's 100% creates a conjunction. This was a great live. Everyone's chat. Whatever you vision. Never. Yup. Never hold put on yourself. Yup. Facts. Always remember to stay true to yourself, and you'll always be blessed. Yup. Major. I back that all day, all night. Right back at you guys. Much love and blessings. I have all the names written down. I don't think I missed anyone. Yeah, 13, 14, 15 maybe, but we gonna reach out right now. So make sure you guys just check out your DMs. Reach out right now. Make sure you lock it in, and let's get. I'm gonna play my banger real quick though as we go. A new track dropped on the full moon. You gotta run it up, chat. You gotta run it up. As we close out, 3 minutes right here. I'm gonna be reading the chat. Let's see what we see. And everyone, YouTube Rumble. Oh, Lee, we've been rocking. Shout out to everyone on YouTube, man.
Hang it up, and then we smoke some. The world is cold, watch your back though. I carry the weight on my shoulders. Got this far cause I stay focused, I put the plan in motion. Told my chat to turn me up, I couldn't slow down my own motion. So the return coming around again, I'm getting closer. Yellow G, born in 98, he asked me what's the secret.
You understand it, but
too, if you didn't do on that beacon. You want me to blow them beacons? And I try to remember for your own goals, you gotta believe it. I put substance on track so my listeners can hear it and read it. Didn't take too much to achieve what I did, I was a young buck. I was talking provolone, you wasn't talking cheese, you had no bucks. Yeah, but no little G's, we do it 90. Alright, but this is what it looks like when you YG and stack the real 6 figures. Nowadays, the world's getting cold for 100 bags, you gotta stack big. So the days passing me down, getting all the priorities I said change. Look, if you ain't ever an outlet, you gotta find a way to transmute the pain. It felt like the Conjuring when I seen the spirit in the ring. Let go of the fear, realized, oh shit, it's no thing. Kept the question, spirit walked beside me, now we best friends. I'm going on these beats forever, I said, let me cultivate a story. Baby couldn't find herself like Nemo, I had to play Dory.
So far, I don't know how I thought of that at the time. Sometimes I'll be in the booth and I'm thinking about shit, and I'm like, yo, that's why the nighttime I be channeling, bro. I said, baby couldn't find herself like Nemo, I had to play Dory. I don't know how I came up with that. I just thought about it one day. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. I'm like, yo, shit slap. Anyways.
It felt like the Conjuring when I seen the spirit in the ring.
Dragana,
no
I'm gonna reach out to you.
Kept the question, spirit walked beside me. Now we
I'm gonna reach out to you about the Gemini rising, and I'm gonna give you insights specifically about your year. Okay, I can do a numerology breakdown, but I need to get your birth year, and I need to get your just your year for the most part. Birthday would be cool, but yeah. And then I can give you what year you're going into when it comes into numerology or year for 2026, and what sign you are within Chinese astrology. So how the year of the horse, aka 2026, is going to actually play out for you. I wrote you down.
Couldn't find yourself like Nemo, I had to play Dory. And I can talk anyways on these tracks, let me tell you, you gotta listen close. And this is not the passive music, you gotta listen to a conscious.
Cannabis, like legally too, legally. I'm licensed for that. I can grow 120 plants in my house.
Bro said he finna hop on the beat when he beat that thing bigger. Strategize the bag, skip the climb. At the stage, I want to get involved in that. And then it's why I
819, okay, for my notes there, I got something crazy I gotta let y'all know, but I'm gonna reach out, chat.
Well, I got like 15. Kept it going for myself, I see like my page is on double back. It took a few years to let go the pain, a nigga damn near had a heart attack. I love listening to these beats, I feel like we got stabbed too. Truly 33, let me take you for a while. To move all around, I find life every day, the hair's going gray. Do what I can, help the collective cross my leg.
I love realism when people just can be integral and it's like not fake. Like when I shit like that, reminds me like it's just like I hear much fake shit nowadays. It's just trust me, Peachy. 1989, right? If anyone was okay. Oh, Cat. Okay, you said this is for you, eh? You said this is for you. Okay, I got down names because y'all starting y'all going. But luckily, we dropped new tracks, 2 singles right now. So while I write these down, if y'all have any last minute birthdays and things like that, just put it in the chat. This is last call. Let me see, Cat. Where'd I have you written down? Okay, perfect. Because I know you mentioned the year of the rat.
Yeah. Why he moving like that? Now gotta hit the ground. Ain't looking back, shoot for the stars. Learn to express my soul. Yeah, talk back, plug it, pure, ain't no kind that. Hey, we don't move like that. Keep my peace, cut a flight laid back. Cut a flight laid back. This what it looks like when a real P-type facts. 4x4, champagne in the bag, I don't like it like that. Just bought these ones, one-on-ones. Might bring them right back. Said she love me, I told her baby, please don't count. Put all my heart in these tracks. Not surprised, fell in love with the brand. And all these shots of the dome, chops my swords. Never really rap like that. And I don't mean friends will quit. Most will switch over a bit. And I really rap like this. Fuck unless you getting split. I really like to keep my peace. They can't go to war with me. And I keep choosing jewels of demons. Bring a piece of spirit. G was civilly. Gon' be chosen, so I did it real quick. And I'm doing numbers in my baby. Put on for myself. I'm putting hope up in my rap. You know that.
Year of the Dragon. Nice.
The world in my palm. Not surprised, had to let go all this pain up in my songs.
I'm a tiger, chat, so you know. My tigers, my horses, my dogs, my pigs, my rats. Yeah, rats, rabbits.
Scratch my head, did I make it now? That's not what it's about, but I made it.
It's really for me, just monkeys and snakes. That's where I gotta just what I'm gonna be watching out for. But anything else is pretty much cool. But like shit, monkey, you a snake, I'm cool. But like I'm biased anyways. So like I have to run monkeys and snakes and etc. I just know for myself. Like, okay, cool. Gotta watch my watch things like that.
2100 pounds in my closet, pounds in my trunk. That was my dream while I'm so cold. Why he moving like that?
Appreciate you, Babs.
And looking back, shoot for the stars. Learn to express my soul. Yeah, fall back, plug like a pure, ain't no kind that. Hey, we don't move like that. Keep my peace, cut a flight laid back.
Yeah, tell you, a snake like cooked. Like, if you want a deeper look at your numerology, shout out So Cold, chat. So Cold is out now. Make sure y'all go check that out. Those are 2 new singles we dropped. Heavyweight for the full moon for Aquarius season, and then last month we dropped for Capricorn season So Cold. So make sure y'all go run that out. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate you, Babs. Bottom. Yeah, absolutely cooked. It's like, bro, cooked ass animal. Like, I don't even want to talk like that. I just don't get too biased. I don't like to be too biased, you know, because I had me around monkeys and snakes, things like that. But yeah. This year, 2025, was my year of the snake, my enemy year. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to get out of this year, gang. I'm happy to get out of this year. I'm going to the year of the horse as a tiger. It's W year for me. This is a straight. Yeah, so you see that's we going up. I almost missed you. Holy, bro. Speaking of we going up, that ass right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good shit, chat. Make sure I don't miss anyone. He said he got a lot, and then a lot of the July Leos coming through. I rate it. Y'all keep showing up, man. I like that. Like to see it. Perfect. So 3, that's 4 N's. See, I almost missed an N on that. We going up on there. Got you. Let me see if I can catch up. And madame, if you want to break down the numerology for the name, there's definitely some things because you're giving your name, so I know MC energy. I use that in my name as well. My initials and my last name.
In your spirit, then your mind, then to your body. Sometimes you gotta separate it. Is what it is, and chill MCs to release the pain. 33.
Appreciate you guys. We're close. 33 is also resonating. Damn, yeah, it's my name, MC33. I'm telling her. So so thank you.
It's 33. It's much more than the streets we roll out. Fuck it when it was just told up and down the spirit, then your mind, then to your body. It's training.
Oh, y'all Scorpios are hoes.
Sometimes
y'all not loyal.
It is what it is, and chill MCs.
Y'all toxic. Leave me alone.
And he said I'm not it, but you the one that be talking. And I was posted up doing better. That's why I seen you was plotting. Sometimes to tap into my ancestry, learn from the source. I stay boss. Trying to hit my line, you even deaf, don't respect purpose. That's why we move different. On LinkedIn meetings day to day, trying to stay
dealing with bare people and shit. I'm doing hella shit.
Some of these niggas in the ego corrupting the world. They gotta stop. I'm like getting tied up. This I'm the biggest serpent.
Tell me a little bit about you can tell me a little bit about 111. I'm like, gang, show performing like just DM like why? But funny because people and they want to know more, but they don't know where to go. Like there's no, you know what I'm trying to say? So like, and then an ego for guys, because when you pull up to these shows, it's a lot of guys at these shows. You know what I'm saying? What? He's looking at me like, yo, you got your 333. It's like, see how guys do it? It's sneaky, because there's too much ego. So it's like, what does he know about that? What can I learn from that? You know what I'm trying to say? And then plays out mad. Like I don't even share too much information to people in those environments, but I often say DM me, and they're usually too much in their ego. They don't reach out. That's how that plays out, chat. So you got that, but that's spaces and things like that. But people where things gravitate to. You know what I mean? So Nothing but a synchronicity for sure. That's what it is. We all have our own time. Appreciate every last one of you.
Love. Bitch. Not I separated, but I had to. They say history repeats itself. For me, I predicted your next one. If you really had to play, you wouldn't have forced your hand on that last
YouTube family.
I'm going body for body. I seen so many do that too. I see so many do that too. When I was with you, it stuck to me like glue. Left, right, you on the other side. I stand in my truth, nigga. We don't do the head clock more to make that's cause our bags big. Body for body, moving loose. Tell me why that bitch acting different. Doing all you ain't got no chips. Talking out of his ass, that's okay. That little
most important part of these lives are you. Don't ever forget it.
Into it, but I seen it from the back. A lot of these niggas got no vision, but for me,
I feel you. That reminds me of myself.
And
sometimes it's hard to pick. It's hard to pick what gives the most fulfillment. Like music, I love music, and readings, I love what it does to people. But it's a lot of people tell you. And guess we're examples. That's all I can say.
By design at 19, I was playing chess. Strategize, strategic. That's why they feel the pressure upon it next. Even though I'm blessed, yeah, nixon spells with words and intent. And in my truth, nigga, we don't do the hate, got more to make. That's cause our bags big. Body for body, moving loose.
Why is she acting different, Chad? We stay fixed, stuck in our ways. What can I say? But get that butter from my heart. Tap, dubs in the fucking chat, man. Shout out Rumble family, fam. Let's get it. We out of here.
Baby tryna get down, says she fly, but I'm not that guy. And we ride to plane 6th dimension, that's why we caught another flight. We put all this sauce in the game, I know it's hard for them to not fight it. And I told baby you gotta feel it through in order to get through, don't fight it. If you was aware, where to find your purpose, let go in diamonds. Talking crazy around me, mad at me.